Hi, hi. Alrighty then. Let's play some WoW. Let's do it. Let's do it. I believe my friends are in the key, so I'll wait for them real quick. But then hopefully we can do some keys today. I have no idea if we're pushing, if we're doing alt stuff. We're going to find out. I guess I'll ask them what they're doing. I think they want to farm some rings from Nexus, and that will be alright. We shall find out, though. I am tired. I feel I'm much older than I used to be, Like recently, because I have other work too, so I've been streaming because I've been really enjoying keys. But then the problem is I accidentally am busy for like 12, 14 hours a day, and I'm like, I feel it a little tired now. I'm starting to notice it a bit. Yeah, what's up, Jacob? Jacob, you comment on my YouTube video about was that you? With the Gandalf, the white profile photo, out of curiosity. Because I want to answer that question. Yo, what's up, Armios? Say the line, Bart. Hey. About what? There was somebody with your name that commented on the Guardian Druid threat video. Because honestly, I haven't had any threat problems on Guardian. I was really curious. Everybody was saying they're having such a problem with it. And I was wondering, I know my build is a little better for snap threat, actually, because of the juiced up thrashes. But I was curious to know if you commented or noticed it. Because I know like a ton of bears are having threat problems right now. Like, it's a massive deal. You do swipe sometimes. So I promise you, like, swipe is not the way. If you actually just look at how much damage that swipe does, I've never used it once. I think swipe is thrash too, but no, but like, I don't even have it on my bars. And I promise you it will feel better when you just don't have it. But I think that people want a simple answer for threat, and it's not necessarily a simple answer. But if you just take a look at the amount of damage that this does, like the actual value of it, it's 3,500, right? See the value of this? Literally, look, like the difference is insane because it splits, and it's just not the actual difference of how much damage this does is ridiculously low. Damage is better for swipe, but like my damage isn't bad, but I promise you, you just got to learn how to position better. It's just harder. What's up, Blitz? Like, if you want to solve your threat problems on a Guardian Druid, then it has to be a positioning thing. Like, it's just the pacing, how you move, how you chain, like all of those things are going to matter so much more. I promise. I promise it'll make a big difference. It'll make a huge difference though. So even then though, because I promise you I can go into a pug right now and I would still have threat, but it's just the pacing and it's around the thrash if you're playing EC. It's just much harder to do that because it's a skill that you have to learn. But if you really want to solve your threat problems, even if they start going mid gather, then you decide the pace because like you can get there before them. And even if I was in a pug, even if I have to slow down a little bit, like you just have to. It's not that I'm playing with people who always hold their cooldowns. Like that's not necessarily true because I've played with plenty of pugs who are full sending as I'm gathering, but it just changes the way I gather. And you can still do all the tech of getting there faster so that you have time. Like I remember at Algathar Academy when I was playing with a Mage, Havoc, and Devour, and they were just like, here. Played the build today. How'd it feel, Eerie? Did good. Tried slowing down. So it's actually, you want to go, it's not, pacing is actually going faster. I'll try to show you in a key today if we manage to do something. I don't know what the plan is. Let's see where they are, and I'll just check where they're at. I'll pull a little Discord notification out that we live. I might do some alt keys again, depending on what they want to do. We'll find out. Let's do it. Hello. But yeah, like the threat thing, I just want to be able to help people though. But it was before Watcher was opening with ironfur. So that's the real issue with this build, I think, is that people are thinking, I got to get my first 2 ironfurs up and stuff though. 2 stacks of Thrash and Moonfire. Are you playing DOTC? Because there's no way you should lose aggro with that. Although I suppose, so my build, because I don't take Apex, I get 2 Flashing Claws plus this, plus more Lunar Beam. Hey, Lembry, good morning. How's Zin doing today? What's up, Wagyu? Yo, that's my favorite thing. I went to a buffet like a month ago, and I want to go back. That has Wagyu on tap. You can get infinite Wagyu. I was like, damn, it was like $40. It was super ironic. I want to go back so bad. So in other news today, aside from whatever key we're about to do, let me just check where they're at. Is you guys ever have eye problems sometimes? That's how you hit rank 1 bear. Crazy work. Oh, thank you. That was first 2 days. And then my internet was out the 3rd day. So you know what happened? No more monsters. No more monsters. Never again. Yesterday, man, I was in despair with how much caffeine I had. I did not, my vision was like wild. No, never. I cannot drink energy drinks again. Definitely not. I have 2 more in my fridge, and like part of me wants to take a sip, but like, yeah. In my hair, whatever is, I don't know what's up with it. It's okay. I need to groove myself a bunch. Yeah, here. I'll groove myself among other things today. It's okay. I just want to play a game. I know you could you see my eye too? So I get these styes sometimes, like you know the little thing in the corner of your eye. I don't know how to show you here better. There's like I get like styes and like my left eye feels kind of swollen. It happens sometimes. There's nothing I could do about it, unfortunately. Like, yeah, I know. They're really annoying. I used to get them super bad. When I say super bad, I mean, like, I had to go to the hospital a few times to get, like, special treatment for it. Hopefully this one just kind of solves itself, because right now I can still see out of my left eye, but maybe I'll have to be doing some, like, push keys like this. I'll, like, play with one eye. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been taking the best care of myself. I am trying. I did eat. Yes. I ate. Sprout Warrior Prot Pally do more damage. If you're playing a glass cannon Prot Pally build, then that does more damage. But the problem is Stampede is that I play my Prot Pally a little bit. I think you have to play defensively on Prot Pally. What's up, Azira? Hope your day is cozy so far. I'm tired. Like, I think I am struggling to find work-life balance. Do you guys know what I'm learning, but I'm not doing the best job, I think. Yeah, you can see it there. See if I face this way, you can see the sty on my left eye. Look at that. It's not that bad right now. Like, it's kind of okay, but I just hope that it's right. Yeah, I got water with me. Don't worry. I've got some water. I've got my salt, my electrolytes. And Prot should have water. Yeah, I've got a whole... I have my big water bottle with me. Thank you, Alembri. Thank you. I had a big breakfast this morning, so I'm basically good. I ate like 400 grams of steak and eggs, so I'm good on how to Thai tea instead of no Monster energy drink. No energy drink. Oh, I can't handle caffeine. I wish I could, because it made me feel really good for a few hours, and then I crashed hard. Dude, yesterday I was midstream and I was like, bro, I can't see the screen. I was like, what's happening? I was wild. Should have snacks too, so get in the zone and don't move. That's true. I should move. You know what, Ellen? Normally I put a little like stream goal for myself to move. Let's do that today. Yeah. I normally just put like a little stream goal like this or something like that. There you go. We'll do like bits for jumping jacks, or what do you think? Maybe squats today instead of jumping jacks? I don't know if I really want to do jumping jacks today. We'll do something. But like normally I have a little stream goal of some kind to make me move though. Drink a Monster. Dude, it's way too much. Burpees? Are we doing burpees today? I'm tired. I could do it, I think. All right, Jacob. Fair. We'll do this. If you're losing threat though with 2 thrashes on a mob, like maybe just try my build, Jacob. I'm not sure. Like I don't know. I don't have threat problems, but I think it was very, very interesting. I'm going to ask a lot of people this question today. For anyone who watched the threat video, a lot of people were seemingly unhappy with it. And I was trying to figure out why they were unhappy with it. Microdose caffeine is much better. Get the benefits without the crash. Maybe, yeah. Trigger Bell do crazy damage on DOTC. So DOTC is the reason that doesn't have Thrash Snap Thread. Yeah. What's up, noob? Do I have a build that uses Apex but is also tanky and uses the tier set? So, realistically, if you wanted to play Apex, I'm pretty sure I would play something like this. The question is still whether or not I'm really going to go for the Rage Gen build, where I'm just really trying to generate as much Rage as possible. So you drop this. Most likely, it'll be something around here. And then you drop Sundering Roar, and you have this one flex point, which this is the question about where you'd put. So you have this in Killing Blow, right? And then, give or take, I don't think you would play Elun's Favored with this. This is the real question mark for me, is where I would kind of arrange these points up here. So, realistically, it'll be something like this. Maybe I want this last point here. The question is it in Harness Rage? Is it in Flashing Claws? Is it 1 point Fury of Nature? The problem is that I feel like this build has so much raise issue. Like, you don't, this is not the way, I don't think. Because raise is not arcane. And so the question here is, where do I put this last point, kind of? Bedroom, you just want to pop in? Thank you, Alembri. I appreciate it. I do need the reminder sometimes. Sometimes I get a little too focused on the game and stuff. Haven't run into issues with Bear Tank Threat. Just rip off Prot Paladins and Blood Decays. Really? Blood Decays, that makes sense. Prot Paladin has really good threat, though. So this is the question mark for me about, like, where I'd put this point. And also, like, maybe you don't play through here so you can grab a few extras. Like, it's possible that you would consider doing this. This is, like, another option, right? Is that you could maybe consider going here, right? Wait a second, hold up. Why is this weird? Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need these points. So the question is either double FC, is it here? Is it still Moonless Night? Is it, like, there's a few different things here, though. What you pull from the Druid tree. I just have questions about how I would play it, but to be honest with you, now that I have Foresight, I could test it today, depending on what key we're doing. Let me just see where Mr. Arson is at, so that I can figure out what timing looks like. He's doing a key at the moment. He is at the end of a Nexus. Okay, good. So we'll game soon. Yeah, I have a lot of questions about where exactly I would put that, you know? I think that basically, like, I saw how Squish was playing, and I understand where his mentality comes from about playing through the Harness Rage. I don't know if that's what I would do, though. It's like 9% of us. Zenith's birth up is insane. Yeah, it's true. What's up, Small? Good morning, good morning. How are you guys overall, though, just out of curiosity, how are you guys enjoying the season? Just general thoughts right now, like, how are you enjoying the season? Having a good time so far? Eerie, the Dispel is super easy to get. You can take a lot of different points and just kind of shift them here. Realistically, in this build, honestly, Primal Fury does nothing. Like, I could actually just swap this out at this point. Like, you know, it's just for Rage Gen. The thing is with Harness Rage, and again, I explained this in the guide video I made last night. For my build, the Rage Gen is kind of irrelevant. But for the Raise build, it is not irrelevant. And you want as much Rage as possible because you're constantly cycling between Ironfur Raise and even no Ironfur, or just trying to get back to your Incarn for Apex. So that makes sense to me why you might play it. And you would just not thrash as much. So here, you could drop this and just grab Dispel. You could also basically take the point out of Natural Recovery. It's 4%. You don't necessarily need it. You could take the point a few different points here. You can basically you can swap off of Moonkin form for a dungeon and basically just play through here, and you get an extra point there. But the question, there's not a lot of very competitive points here. So realistically, for my build today, I could, for example, swap this. This is going to be so little damage because I have a Cook I want to try today. So I could reasonably swap off this and play through here. Part of me also wants to pick up Symbiotic Relationship because I think it would help the healer. Like, I have a feeling that might be a talent worth playing as well, but I have to just keep cooking. I'll just keep experimenting. I haven't really done push keys. I only pushed the first 2 days, and then yesterday we were playing Pally and doing some keys with friends, and so today I'm, like, behind now. My IO is low at this point. Well, I'm using Raise, but I don't know what to use all my Rage on Ironfur. So the way that Ironfur works, and this is important to understand here, I'll give you a little crash course. If you're a bear, and you want to be very tanky, right? Why you play Illunia Truce? Oh, that's a great question, Minnie. I'll answer that in a second. That's a good question. I'll answer that. So, Zibram. Ironfur has diminishing returns. Let me go over to target dummies, and I will show you real quick. And then I think my friends will be done. I'm good after that. Good after that. Okay, look. So, if I'm in a pull, and I'm starting to generate some rage, right? Let me just get a full rage bar. All right, here we go. My armor right now. Oh, I forgot my Ironfur is macroed. Okay, so no Ironfur up here. No Ironfur at all. Let me just generate some rage. My armor at a baseline is a 40% physical damage reduction. You see this, yeah? See this value right here? This is no Ironfur yet. If I hit one Ironfur, just one, a single Ironfur, we get 15% physical DR. That's good, right? That's like 15% less damage taken from physical sources, okay? Now, what happens if I hit 2 Ironfur? 1, 15%, 2, and it changes slightly with primary stat procs and stuff. 2, 10%. So the second ironfur is less important than the first ironfur. Now we continue. Let's say you were spamming ironfur, and let me just build a bunch of rage or whatever, and I could actually do my rotation. Now all of a sudden, 1, 15, 2, 10%, but what about a third ironfur? How much does a third ironfur give me? Now it's starting to get less. So it has diminishing returns. Granted, in a really hard pack, you still want like very high physical armor reduction, but stacking, for example, 7 ironfur is not necessarily any better than stacking 5 ironfur. In fact, every single season, there is a technical cap on your ironfur, as in you can reach the full amounts of armor you can get with X amount, right? There is a cap basically to reach your armor cap, and every season it's a little different because it's based off of like primary stat scaling and the current season and stuff. So let's say that my cap is like 75%. However, the difference between 65% and 75% is not the craziest difference in the world. The key is that I really don't want to be sitting at no ironfur because now I'm taking 60%. You see that? See the difference there? So the idea here is that as I'm in a poll, I don't really care about generating 7 ironfur stacks, and that's kind of the bait that you find yourself in. Is you think like, let me just get max ironfur, but you don't need all the ironfur. You just need your base at least 1. So if you're playing with Raze, the idea is that every single global on Raze will give you a shield through Ursoc's Fury. So I would say it also depends on the poll, because some polls, the ones that are clapping you right now, Zabram, they're not doing physical damage. They're doing magic damage. So I would say 1. There are some polls where the answer is 2, but effectively the answer is 1 or 0. An example being, like this poll is really hard in Algothar Academy. You see, like Algothar Academy, the Battle Axe poll. You remember these guys? They clap, right? You've done this poll now? Oh, man, this poll is really, really hard because it does so much damage. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure some people have now tanked the Algothar Academy and realized that these battle axes don't work like they used to work. They hurt real bad. They're very, very dangerous mobs now. Okay, now here's the thing. They hurt because they deal magic damage, arcane damage. Melee attacks inflict additional arcane damage. Ironfur is not going to mitigate this whatsoever. So I could have 5 stacks of Ironfur, but this is still going to do the whole damage to me because it's magic. And since we don't take Ursul's Warding, we don't get necessarily a magic reduction for this yet. And if you're laughing, you can be a Demon Hunter here. Card, you got a 5-man group for tonight? I have no idea what we're doing tonight. Arson's about to be finished with his key, and then I'm going to figure it out. Maybe not. I don't know. Unsure. I don't know if we're pushing or if we're doing some alt stuff, if they're still farming their rings. I've got a healer and this guy on, and then we'll see from there. I really think 14s, 15s are very doable, but we'll see what we decide to do. Do 4 Evoker, 1 Tankies. I mean, I do have to fill some... I want to fill some vaults, so I don't really mind doing some 10s real quick, though. So for every pull, 1 Ironfur is good. It's technically at a higher level when you get better at Guardian. The answer is it depends on your Ironfur, and the reason is because the dangerous pulls here... Like, these guys are dangerous because they put a bleed on you, right? That bleed is physical. But this bleed over here is also physical, but they hotfixed it where it shreds through your armor. So the damage you take on the first pull, Ironfur is not going to help you that much. What would help you is a shield from Ursoc's Fury, because that will mitigate it. So the idea is you don't want to not use Ironfur, but it kind of depends, because some dungeons, like, let me give you an example. Mysara Caverns, these guys just hurt. Like, this is just straight melee damage. Having more Ironfur will give you a lot more DR for this mob. Because this guy he just auto attack you. He'd be like boom, boom, boom. He just clap you real hard, right? He's just melee attacks. There's no magic, there's no like weird interaction here where he's doing magic damage. He just hurts a lot. So in Mysara Caverns, a lot of these mobs, more Ironfur would make you a little bit tankier. But that's not true in Algothar Academy. Because the dangerous pulls here, they don't melee that hard, they do magic damage. So in this case, Raze would technically give you more of a mitigation than the stacking Ironfur. So you would want to hit Raze more in these situations. Or you take a pull like Nexus. Nexus is a great example where this pull right here is super dangerous. But the reason it's dangerous, and I've explained this in the different guides, is because these Arcanist mobs, see this guy right here? That Arcanist does magic damage. Why is it? It's not loading here. Yeah, see, inflicts. This is the Arcanist mob. His auto attack does magic damage, and so here another example. Whereas your ironfur won't give you as much DR as your raise. Isn't that interesting? But see how it depends? Yeah, so this pull destroy your soul. But this one, if you stack ironfur, it's not necessarily going to make you tankier. You would have to come up with another plan because you want absorb shields here. You want basically HPS, right? This add-on looks super interesting. Oh, if you don't have this yet, get this add-on. Study. MDT, very helpful add-on. Yeah, 100%. Get this. Yo, let's see what the plan is, by the way. Let's see, Deco's on. Hello. I think Random said he'd be on soon. Yo. Sorry, I'm late. What the plan? You did it? You got ring? You got rings? Congratulations. Yo. You think he is? Yes, I do. I think this so, though. I load the left side and Nexus point. Way too chaotic. I agree with you, by the way. And that's specifically Draxel. I wonder why. Oh, you guys both got it. Nice. Create a new build for Prot Warrior. No, I haven't played my Warrior yet, to be honest, though. Hey, Minnie, are you still there? I got caught up at talking about Ironfur. Are you still there, Minnie, on the YouTube? Because you asked me a good question, and I want to explain it. It's very easy for me to explain this, but we'll see. Okay. So you want to do more 10s or push a little? Thought process? I don't mind either. Yo, what's up, Shaw? Hello, Shaw. How's it going? Shaw? How are your keys today? Actually, you asked. This is a perfect time for you to come in because, Draxel, I had literally talked to Shaw about that exact section here, right? We talked about how this area is a questionable design choice for Blizzard because why did they add so many tank busters in an already chaotic area? That's a good question, isn't it? Like, I wonder if this makes the season better or if it makes it worse that tanks, like, this is so toxic to tanks. Like, in general, do people like the fact that, as an example, the first pull of Algathar Academy, is that something that tanks are enjoying? Like, do tanks like that pull right now? Like, I don't look forward to it. Like, I can do it, but I'm like, ugh, like, I'm kind of stressed. Like, can you do it? Yeah. But it's toxic now, you know? 16 Resil, nice. I'm really curious, Shaw. Where do keys go from here? I'm really curious. This is super interesting to me that we're getting so high already. What's up, ADHD? Only tanks that can enjoy are the ones who can mitigate bleeds the most. It's true. Like, that bleed is insane. So I wish tanks would run to tree and pull all the things at once, so the poison ground stuff isn't so staggered. Correct, Study, and there is a way to do that. Keys hit 23 max. It's going to be high, but it's very high for a season 1. I just don't know exactly what that means. The staggered poison pools when it starts falling apart in pugs. Correct. And the way to do that, Study, as a tank is you go center and you go boop, 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 and you try to trigger all of them at once. That's a tank skill. MDT guide. No, it's called Mythic Dungeon Tools. Minnie, you asked me a question about Guardian. So this tooltip is written very poorly. The reason you take Circle of the Wild is because it says physical damage and magical damage, but this is incorrect. It actually says magical spells and physical abilities. Now, this is hilarious because what this actually means is Circle of the Heavens only buffs things that are not, let me put it this way, Guardian spells, which is Moonfire. So this only buffs Moonfire. This buffs everything that is a Guardian spell, which is everything even if it's magic damage. So this buffs Lunar Beam, it buffs Thrash, it buffs all your other sources of damage, this one buffs. So technically you could play this, but you're actually losing damage because this only buffs Moonfire, even though Thrash is arcane, and that doesn't make any sense. No. It's not. That's not you not reading it right. That's just a Blizzard tooltips are really, really bad. That's not anyone's, like, I would make that mistake too. And I originally was like, oh, of course you play Circle of the Wild. Of course you play this. The thing is, you actually play Wild. Yeah, isn't that weird? I only learned that because of the Theory Crafters. Like, that one I learned from other people a long time ago. The other hero talent more tanky for DOTC. You can play it. Like, it's playable right now, but I don't know if it's more tanky necessarily. All right, let's just take a look at what's going on here. I got a 15 in my bags. Yeah, very. But I'm with friends at the moment. Let's see. Oh, Yalt's and Pure Arts, isn't it? We could Q for this, I guess. But I guess OC. It's the highest key you've pulled Algathar Lashers. Looking at Brew trying to pull an episode. I would ask Shaw that question, Draxel, because I've only done it on 15 at this point. We wiped on Croth. Jim bro. I wouldn't describe I mean, I like working out, right? Like I'm really into fitness, but I wouldn't describe myself as a gym bro because, well, the thing is, I'm not a very like masculine guy, you know. Like I'm not like a particularly. I'm not really like a gym bro, you know. Like type. It's not exactly me, you know. You know what I mean? I wouldn't describe it as being a particular part of my personality. All right, I'm quite geared now. I've got some gear now. So I basically just need the helmet, I believe, and then some gloves, and I would be like fully geared this week. So I got my ring too, by the way. Skyreach of Birds after first boss, they farm me so hard. That one you have to watch a guide for. Either watch Shaw's guide or watch mine. But that one, there is a way to deal with them, and it will make a massive difference. It'll help you a bunch. Cool? All right, let's do some keys. All right, what key you got? I think Randall will be here soon. Now, there's tech to that, which is that those things get applied, Draxel. Or sorry, Zerom. Those get applied on auto attack. And so all you need to do is get distance. Very short duration. You just need to get distance. As a bear, we can't really be relying on dodge. Oftentimes, other tanks will just reset because they can either parry or whatever. What I would say, though, is the key here for those guys is basically just make use of your utility. So you could, for example, Typhoon them away real quick. You could also just be backpedaling them. You can soft kite out. Soft kite is when you're in the middle of a pole and you're kind of backing up like this. And then they might just miss a melee, and then they won't apply to you. But you just have to watch your stacks and make use of Vortex, make use of Typhoon, even an in-cap roar with a soft kite out. Those things will help reset it, right? Yeah, I know. I'll be 270. I think I'm actually 270 if I equip a different trinket, but I need this. Randoms online? Cool, perfect. Let's see what we're doing. Maybe we push a little bit. That sounds good to me. Maybe, who else maybe want to push then? Kiting then. You basically have to kite them, correct? How do you get the flags next to group so you can see whatever's on the group finder? Group finder flags. It is just an add-on. Easy add-on. The same item level. Nice. You want a key? You want a key? I'd probably 14 with friends. 14, 15 with friends. Yeah. So we can get your 14 Terrace up, or we can just start with my 15 Nexus. I don't really mind. If we fail, we fail. I'm not stressing. I know Arson, he wants to save all of his crests to min-max for next week, so I know that a lot of people, like Random and Arson, are both not going to be fully geared. Oh, Sam wants to come. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, 15 Nexus. We can do. There you go. Let's do it. Cool. Yo. We got Sam in here, too. All right, we got this, then. So, y'all are... What is your item level, though? I guess he has 4 set, but he did craft a weapon. Okay, so he's got stuff, though. Yeah? You mean this ring? Easy ring. Need boots from Pip? I'm chilling, do whatever. Alright, let's push a little. I have 15. Why don't we start with my 15 random? What key you got? What's the add-on now, by the way, that shows the keys of your group up top? I do some of my rogue, but the key is a 2 because nobody ever signs up, so I just do other keys. Yeah. Arson's key is also a 2 right now, and this is the problem, right? What's up, Dom? Evening. Hello. Yeah, thank you for add-on. Of course. Bigwigs. Is it actually Bigwigs that just puts it up here? I don't want to enable Bigwigs, though, when you're in the dungeon. How is keys? Just started today. I only pushed the first 2 days to an easy, so I'm kind of behind now. The 3rd day, my internet went out, and yesterday I was just playing alts or playing with friends, basically. But I think, so basically, 15 timer is easy. We just gotta live. Don't greed damage. I wouldn't greed damage, to be honest. Like, if we do 15s right now, 16, 17, the timer starts getting a little tight this week, but I promise you, the timers in these dungeons are just really, like, yeah, you play whatever. All good. Whatever you want. With bigwigs, you do /key. It shows in dungeons. I kind of thought... Okay, so I got to get bigwigs then. I see. I'm getting bored because people are raiding and I have nothing to do. You want to do some keys later soon, easy? I'm going to wait until Turbo's to decide if I want to push. the turbo boost this season's a little weird, right? Like, it's not exactly the traditional turbo boost. It's a little bit of a different turbo boost than we've had before. So I'm curious, though. Details offer /keys option? I would rather do that. There are 10 other ones that specific. There's got to be, right? Sure, but I only tank. I heal right now. So every key I do on Guardian Sunisi, I will also do as Resto, because Resto is broken powerful, and it's like unfortunately powerful, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Resto is really, really, really strong. It's actually very difficult to fail on a Resto Druid. It's not impossible, but even me, and I'm not the best Resto Druid, I am chilling. You know? Sam can make Light's Potential. To be honest, I think I should level my alchemy so I can make these. I don't know how much gold you save by actually investing in alchemy, but yeah, we'll see. Any thoughts about dropping after and pick up additional magic defense? So that's actually a good question. Whether or not you would drop these 2 points here just to play potentially something else. You're talking about playing like through here, right? And then you could maybe grab and play like this. I mean, you know, you could, but it's not it's not actually the most cooked thing to think about dropping this. I mean, Wildfire sucks. The only reason you want Wildfire is so that you can pass through Reinforced Fur. But there's absolutely a world in which case, I mean, you could take this 1 point and put it anywhere else. This is not the most cursed thing, actually, if you wanted to drop the middle points. With this build, I don't get any benefit from Killing Blow. I don't get any benefit from Harness Rage. I don't get any benefit from Moonless Night with this current build. It would be a lot more successful in other builds. So, I mean, you know, could I do this? It's not actually the most cooked thing in the world. You know, you could even try this key. You know, get the intro Guardian. So, this outside of the spam build, then it's Guardian of Elune, because you want more iron for uptime. In this build, however, the 5% mastery is just damage. So you would lose the tiniest bit of damage playing this. But you know what? Well, I'll just fucking send it. Honestly, why not? You could. Could you confirm one last thing? Is the 4-piece necessary? If you're not playing Apex, the 4-piece does nothing, actually. Interestingly enough, this is the thing. If you're playing this build, the Apex is 0% value. The 5% mastery gain isn't really worth it. It's a few percent damage. I mean, it's the same thing with these talents. I made a little guide yesterday explaining like how this build works. And the truth is, this also matters. Like, these talents, the only reason I'm playing them is not like they're amazing, omega, you know, the most giga talents or anything like that. It's just, it is better for me to do some damage compared to no damage. And I'm trying to take as many damage talents as possible. So let's just confirm. Let's see. If I get my first stack of Iron Fur without Reinforced Fur, it is... I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's like slightly less physical DR, but in a dungeon like Nexus, it's a good point, actually, that you would probably prefer the extra point in scintillating. Yeah, I'll try this build. I think you're actually onto something here, to be honest. You could also... The other thing I'm really thinking is that I kind of want to drop Soul Forced. I know it's crazy to say, but in this build, I just wish there was a better point for me to put it in. You could... I mean, hold up. If you're really cooking, technically speaking... If you're truly cooking, you could still take Wildfire and Reinforce. You could play Bristling Fur. Hold up. Now we're cooking. This is the build right here. No, I'm just kidding. I swear this is not actually that impactful in this build. I'm kind of down. Yeah, wait, well, hold on. Let me just think about this for a second. I mean, this is like 5% magic DR with Iron for uptime. Where does this point go, though? Should I just be cooked and put it in? Should I put it in Memory of Ysera? I still put it here. But you just don't... I mean... Hold up. Wait a second. No. Let me just think about this for a second. You could... There's some logic here. There's a little bit of logic at this point to like put this somewhere else and just keep this out. You know what? Let's just cook on this 15. Let's go. Okay. 15 Nexus. Let's go. Let's roll. Here we go. We aren't cooking. We're cooking. No. Listen, I'm going to do 15 Nexus and I'm going to be fine. I won't die. It's my first key. Rate your build. I'll post it in Discord. I'll check it later. Similar to yours. So here's the thing, right? How do you analyze how you did in a key as a tank or healer? Good question, Sliduck. That's actually a really good question. Again, if I take after the Wildfire, then I really want to take Reinforced Fur. But I don't really necessarily want to drop reinvigoration. Or we cook and we drop 1 point in reinvigoration so that we can still path through here, and then, but this involves me pressing mango, so I'm not going to do it. Then we could still get 5% mastery, but we drop 1 point here. Ooh, hold up, wait a second. And then we could actually still pick up reinforced fur as well, but I actually don't know if this value is like necessarily needed. I mean, 10% on bark skin's a lot, but you just get 5% from this anyways. Yeah, now we're cooking. I bet. You know what? Let's just take this point and put it somewhere. I just don't know where I want to put it. I have no idea. I don't need this. I do not need this. This is not necessary in this build. So I'm cooking. I'm doing something here though. I tested the No8. I must say I really liked it. You're welcome, Paul. Good morning from Norway. Good morning. It's very early there. Okay. All right. We got to decide something because then I'm going. Then we're doing this dungeon. What? Okay. Do we play Prot Warrior 2 or should I unfollow the I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Moonless Knight does nothing in this build because it doesn't proc off of anything that I actually press. It only procs off of Mango here because I don't press Maul. That's the problem. Moonless Knight is very, very here. And go Reinforce Wildfur. Take the point out of here. I really like Reinvigoration though. Like Reinvigoration is, I mean, you don't need the extra 1 second. I'm kind of okay with not having the, I just need at least 1 point, right? And still go here. Yeah, all right. Let's do this. Sure, why not? Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, I don't know if I would take the second point out there, but we could do it, though. No prod? No, eventually I'll play everything. It's just a time thing. It's like a, we'll see, right? Okay, all right, I'm porting over. Let's do it. And yes, I will get Deco in here 1 second. Are you going to log it? Yeah, I'll log all my keys, no worries. All right, here we go. Combat log on. We're always logging keys, no problem. The macro just finds it in Discord here. Let me put it here like this. We go Discord, boom, all right? Macro, build route linked in Discord. Cool. How would you rate the tanks fun-wise for me? Tanks fun is super, first of all, very, very, very individual. Like, for example, Shaw came in to say hi. Shaw would probably say that Brewmaster is his absolute favorite tank. I would say Brewmaster is not my favorite tank because there's different playstyles. I like Bear. So it's just a really big question mark of how do you, like, what's your preference, right? And it's just a preference thing. I think it's possible to hit 80% overall mitigation. I don't really like looking at log mitigation because there are some polls where it doesn't matter as much as other polls. You want to time your mitigation much more than actually like read your mitigation, if that makes sense, though. Yeah, next week. Yeah, next week. Next week, be easy. I have 120 as well. I'm saving. Max vault item plus craft. Yo, what's up, Kegarai? That's why I asked for you. Good question, Savage. Let's talk about it. Let me just get some better music playing, and then here. He's good people. He's awesome. And I got to say, like, we made those videos together, but he's cool offline as well. And there's some people I've, like, talked to kind of offline, and that's not always the case. He really helped me. He took time out of his day to, like, explain how to do some... He explained how to do some thumbnails for me. He explained how to do all sorts of stuff. And I really respected him, actually. You know, he was busy. It was like his day off, and he actually talked to me. He talked to me for like 3 hours. And I really, he taught me how to do some thumbnails. He taught me how to do all sorts of things that I didn't know. And I really appreciated that conversation with him. And he is good people, for sure. Yeah, he's a goated brew and in person. I've never met him in person, but he seems like a really cool guy. I respect it. Okay, ready? 15 Nexus. This key hurts. Let me just like warm up. I feel like I need I almost feel like I need a warm up key because I'm tired, but I got this. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's a goat because he doesn't sound, I've never heard him go, bah. So like, is he really a goat? If he's a goat, he's very good at hiding it. Yes, I think I'm funny. All right, ready, check, let's go. We've waited long enough. I was playing a lot of Brew and Dragonflight. He was a godsend. If I wanted to play Brew, I would definitely ask him. He would be the first person to ask, though. What item level to be? I don't think item level is as important. If you can live as a tank, item level matters for DPS. In Discord, pinned under tank information, go to tank information, and then go and just check the pin, and it's right there. It'll show you how to make macros, among other things. Now, here's a question. If I was going to lose threat, it would be here. If there was a reason, if there was ever a time that I was going to lose threat, by the way, it'd be here. Also, I don't really need CDM. Let's just get rid of this. I don't like playing with it. Nice feast. What add-on used to replace the consume reminder? I think it's just method raid tools. All right, ready? All right, focus up. We got this. If we fail this for some reason, it is okay as well. We just go 14. All right, let's go. The only thing I need now, by the way, I'm pretty geared. I need gloves and a headpiece, and then I think I've got champion maxed out now. Cool. Combining ironfur into thrash, only thrash. I swear this build's going to be so weird. I want to try something. I'm logging this key. I have an idea. It's just a try. I need to cook. I am somebody who does not accept what everyone else tells me to do. I like being able to do things on my own, right? So let's find out how this works. I like cooking my own. Yes, I want to have my own perspectives on things. So what I'm about to do, this key, just bear with me, all right? You just gotta let me cook. Let me do it. Let me work. Let me do my thing. I'm just gonna do something really, really weird. Okay? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Just trust me. Trust me. Trust me. I'm gonna try something. Let's find out if it works. All right? I'm not going to throw this key. No. I mean, I might throw this key because I'm tired. I need to wake up and I forget. Sometimes it's easy to forget that, like, this key will just one-shot you. But I don't think I'm going to throw. All right? Here we go. I'm not going to throw, but I'm going to try something this key. And you gotta let me cook. Okay? Deal? Are we all in agreement here? I'm going to cook. Don't judge me. Judge me based on the success of this key or not success of this key. I already messed up the first pull because I am, like I said, that was me being tired, by the way. So if I was going to lose aggro, it would be here. I need to get Lunar Beam down. And I almost missed that bark. Okay? Please get a proc. Please get a proc. Please get a proc. Sunring Roar. I wish I could have Sunring Roar a second earlier there. Okay, I kick this. I dodge. Lunar Beam. Boom. I really want to try this. I actually think that this is going to work. A, the build is going to work. But B, I'm really curious to see my damage. My damage is the thing I'm going to be thinking about the most here. Okay, one last here for the shield. Perfect. That was good so far. That was good. So I'm going to go out of bear form. And this is where everybody's like, how do you get threat? Whoops. Everybody says, how do you get threat? This is how you get threat. I am way ahead of my team right now. You see this? This is the thing. You need to understand this concept to get threat. I am ahead of my team because I'm playing with a Giga Blaster Frosty K. And if you guys know anything right now, Frosty K has amazing burst potential. So this is, of all the things, of all the times, right, that you might lose threat, Frosty K is a really, probably, like, strong possibility for you losing threat right now. Okay, so I'm going to thrash here, and then I might just need to commit an SI, unfortunately, though. Yeah, you can Moonfire behind you. Yes, you can. Moonfire and Thrash are omnidirectional. That is one of the things also that people don't understand. If you play the traditional Raze build with Apex talent, Raze is not omnidirectional. Yep. Yo, what's up, Jesse? Let me stack on this guy. I'm sorry. A little off positioning here. That's on me. Okay, I want Bark up for this Null Arc Blast, though. I am not. I'm playing the no Raze, no Apex build here. This is no Raze, no Apex. So here, for example, I'm not going to hold Lunar Beam because Lunar Beam is never worth holding in this build. So now I roar, and look at the movements. It's the roar, and now look where I am. Can you guys see this? You guys understand that, like, now look at the positioning. So they're fighting that Sentinel, and that means that I'm here, which means I don't lose threat. Cool? And that's the key with this build. Like, that's the idea behind it. is you need to be able to get here before the other people get here. Yeah, I'm not playing Raise right now. This is no Apex, no Raise. It's my cook that I made on beta, and I've been playing it on live, and I swear it actually works decently. It's not the highest DPS build. Like, am I losing some damage? Of course. But is it unplayable? Absolutely not. Is it trolling to play? No, 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 no. You can see my damage is actually pretty adequate right now. And I'm very, very tanky. Extremely tanky. Although I am cooking a few different talent builds at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. Let's just finish this guy off and be safe. I don't need a chain. I really think the timer here is like no problem. So no need for that. I'll just go here. I do have to take one more blast, unfortunately, which does hurt quite a bit. Cool. I'm going to pull this in. I'm going to SI here, actually. And then I go Thrash, Boomkin form, back into bear form, and we're good. This one, we have to basically CC the smudges because I am tanking them kind of close. So here we got an FC proc, which means I can Sundering now. Very nice. And then we go here. I have to dodge those stars. I got to be a little better at that. And then here we go, though. What are your thoughts on Blood DK? Blood DK, it's actually good, but it is much harder to play, and you have to play it well. And I will say that at the moment, a lot of the Blood DKs that I have seen are not doing very well. I have healed a few Blood DKs, and they're learning the dungeon patterns. And as Blood DK is learning the dungeon patterns, they feel like paper. They really, really, really feel like paper, basically. For me, healing them. Is Prot Warrior good? Prot Warrior is very good right now, though. Why do you get Moonkin form? Heart of the Wild, Starfall. You can Heart of the Wild, Starfall here. It's basically just for the Starfall. Yep. Is it, like, necessary? No, but are there very competitive points on the tree? Nah. If there were, like, some points that I really, really, really wanted, then I would consider not taking it. Cool. I think they get that smudge back there. I'm going to go ahead of my team now, and then here. Okay, Vortex. Make sure I have Thrash on those. They do snap sometimes, weirdly. Come back. Moonfire, 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 Moonfire. Then when these guys spawn, I basically put the Lunar Beam down. I go here. Thrash. Incarn, Thrash again. Boom, perfect. No aggro problems. Cool. Right when this, if I get a Flashing Claws proc, I will incap that if need be, and then I Sundering Roar right now. I can Frenzied Regen, probably stand in this. I don't think I'm going to die. Does do a fair bit of tank damage, though. And then from here, I Lunar Beam again. I Thrash again. Boom, 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 boom. I am doing something extremely weird this run. It was something I've been wanting to test for a while. So just know that I'm currently cooking quite a bit. I am going to Bark Skin there. I am doing something very, very weird. I don't think anybody has really caught it yet. If you can figure out what I'm doing, that's actually... I've never done this before. If you figure it out, tell me. It's like a test to see if you'll figure it out. Consider this like a little test. I did waste my Lunar Beam there because I put it behind me, just for aggro reasons. Do you think Macro ironfur are the set bonus? The 2 set is still worth it because you get the Moonfire damage, but the 4 set does actually become kind of useless, unfortunately, if you play this build, but that is just a sacrifice. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. They designed a set that's specifically around one talent, and we might not play that talent, so... I mean, if you play this build, you don't play that talent, so it's okay, though. Correct. Have you noticed that? Yeah. I just wanted to try it. I'm curious to know what the breakdown would look like, Salty, if I did this. Blood DK is great. It's just I'm curious. I just wanted to try it. I haven't been playing like every other key. I haven't been playing like this. But it was something I was making the guide last night, and I thought to myself, huh. Wait a second. I was thinking to myself about this. I was like, wait a second. Why? What is the real benefit of this? Yo, my Starfall gets wasted. Ads, please spawn. I Starfall too early. But here we do this, and so that we can immediately get aggro here. I really don't want to Incarn here, unfortunately, but I think I will. I just want to see. I think it'll be a little less, but I'm curious. Oh, I've also just really cooked some talents here. Like, I'm just also playing, like, very, very strange talents. Okay, so I Incarned here, which means I'm going to struggle a little bit on boss. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should not have Incarned here. And then we'll Sundering here, just for the main target. It's completely old guy, but sometimes I use abbreviations, so I'm not behind my PC to look them up. Okay, no problem. fair enough. It's let's call it a bad habit of World of Warcraft players, because I definitely hear you on that, Funk. I would consider this a bad habit of WoW players, actually. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying it. Okay, that one guy bugs behind the stairs now. I have no idea why. I don't understand exactly what the difference is, but I'm going to pull these guys. I'm going to bark skin myself, and then I need to go into boss with this bark skin up. If I pull the boss after the bark skin expires, I'm dead. So I'm going to go here. Lunar Beam behind me. 1 Frenzied Regen. Make sure I have aggro on the boss, and I'm good. Okay, cool. This is funnel for boss. Yeah. I just wanted to try it, because I was making the guide yesterday, and I was like, do I need to press this? That's a good question. Okay, so this lash right here, I have Lunar Beam plus Frenzied, and I'll be fine. I want to save for the Dread Flail here in a second. This aggro is going to be a little loose, little loose. There you go. I'll just stop those. I'll make sure I get 1 kick on the nullifies. Keep the Dread Flail away from everybody else. Cool. This one's going to be SI right there. I did actually have Bark Skin up, so I didn't really need the SI, but it's okay. Okay, keep Dread Flail away. Dread Flail is not dead. I must keep it away from my team. Very important. You cannot put this into boss until right now. Good. Now I can put this into boss. Cool. So I'm going to go out of bear, back into bear, because I want to Pharaoh Frenzy the boss, 1 Frenzied Regen, and then I'll have Incarn. Good. Yeah, so basically, I would say actually a bad habit of World of Warcraft players is the fact that we just abbreviate and we kind of anticipate like, oh, this makes sense. But you're right. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to FC. Did I get an FC proc? And you're like, bro, what's FC? Good question. That's a great point. I will try. FC is Flashing Claws. If I say FC, it's because with Sundering Roar, I only want to Sundering Roar when I'm at 5 stacks of Thrash. And the 5 stacks of Thrash is technically variable because sometimes I get an extra Thrash and sometimes I don't. So that's kind of the thing I'm always keeping track of in my head of, am I going to get a proc? So I send the ability. If I don't get a proc, then I can't send the ability because I have to wait a second. So that's like something I'm responding to a little bit in the thing though. Yeah, it's actually a problem in the community is we just expect everybody to have that same level of knowledge, and we don't necessarily have, that's not a given that everybody would understand that type of thing, right? So we have the Lunar Beam down, and then I'm going to Frenzied Regen for the shield. And that shield is one reason I'm super healthy, by the way. I make really good use of it right now. I think our build is cooked. I'll try it. Yeah. I can't look at YouTube chat too much, though. You doing any after that? Unsure. I think I've got a little team to play with right now. I know everybody in here, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing some keys together. I don't know how many we're doing, but this is probably going to be a little team day, so I won't have a lot of space. Watch that nullify! Somebody's dead. I got my kick, but we missed one other kick. Do I need to res? I actually don't think so. I think we save the res. Cool, because this guy is dead right now. He's 100% dead, so we're just going to save the res. That nullify. Okay, good. We've had 3 deaths, so our timer's going to be a little tight. A little bit of sloppy play. Doesn't help with the abbreviations. This build is linked in Discord, correct? That's a good question, Jacob. Where is it? Where is it? That's a good question. I mean, I was the whole time, but not today. Up your warrior, they're super fun. I'll play warrior. I mean, I'll play all the tanks eventually. Yeah, the nullify one-shots. You got to get that kick. We missed the kick. What are you using for enemy health bars? My own Platinator profile. You're more than welcome to take it. It is just linked in my Discord. Yeah, you could take it. No problem. I have all that stuff for free. You don't have to pay for it. Ready? Okay, so I Starfall walking in because I don't want to be shifting in the middle of this pull. Obviously, incredibly scary pull, as you know. As you probably know from doing this. And then I want that extra Arcanist. Now, Incarn early because this pull shreds you, right? Now, this build that I'm playing right now should technically be extra tanky. So I get a proc there, and now I can Sundering Roar. Perfect. Ready? Watch my health bar on this pull. I got this. I'm not going to die at all. My health isn't even moving. I will say that this build is like a particular cook, maybe even just for Nexus. Because I am omega tanky right now. That was incredible. I mean, my health bar didn't even move. Wow, good job, guys. Good job, team. Okay, get rid of the seer. Don't let the seer, though. I thought Elun's... No, so we definitely, to clarify, I have been mangling this whole time. Every single key I have done thus far, I have mangled. This is the first key I am attempting to just see what it would be like if I did not. That's all. I think it's a little bit lackluster, but I'm just curious about it. That's all. I just want to try it. That's it. It's just a cook. I also have some very other weird talents at this point, by the way. Careful, Mahila. Yeah. I'm just trying it. I'm just trying it. And this is not, I'm not suggesting it. This build is not, this version of the build is not linked in my Discord. Let me play it a little bit. But you know what? Somebody was like, why don't you play this? And I was like, that's actually a fair point. I hadn't really thought about that. But for a key like this, why wouldn't I play that? Why don't we try it? And just see what happens. Is Feral doing okay? Feral's actually doing, I think Feral does good damage, but you don't see a lot of people represented very well. Yeah, just don't link this to the Guardian Druid Discord. They don't really like these types of cooks in there. I would say this is maybe like a slightly more turtle version of what I was playing before. As in, this build is omega tanky, but not necessarily the thing I will actually end up playing. Because it is, please tell me. No. Why is the extra seer in here? We're dead. GG's. That's it. That's, you can't fight. Wait a second. Where did we get 2 seers from? Oh, that's GG's. Where are these from? I'm assuming that was a tab target. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, GG's. I'm assuming there was a tab target or like a pet or something, right? Yeah. That's okay. Ouch. Yeah. It's okay. The doubles here from left pulled. That's okay. It's okay. No problem. That we definitely can't time this 15 though. So I think, yeah, we were gonna win. It's okay. I think timer's cooked. Go 14 then. All good. I think that was gonna work just fine, but we had some accidents. That's okay. I think that's cooked on timer though. Yeah, the log won't be effective, unfortunate. Anyone have issue with getting declined for pugs as a druid tank? I feel like the druid has a really bad reputation right now, and it doesn't deserve that reputation. It does not deserve that reputation at all, unfortunately. Yeah, it's okay. We'll do... So, I've tanked a few 15s. I will say that this build is, like, incredibly tanky. I'm very surprised by it, basically, in terms of just how tanky I feel with it. Oh, it's okay. We go 14 real fast. Get it back up to a 15. I like that a bad rep last season, too, though. Yeah, that's true. It does tend to have a bad rep right now. What is your item level, my druid? I'm pretty geared now. So if I wanted to play different things, I could. But I'm quite geared now. Where can I get the build you're using now? In my Discord. Oh, it's always in Discord. Every build and stuff that I test is in Discord. You can find it there. In Discord. All good. All right, ready? We go 15. That's why we hearty feast. So this will be a 14 Nexus at this point instead of a 15. Ooh, I need Incarn, actually. Hold up, I need Incarn. I need 40 seconds, 40-second Incarn. Thanks, wasn't sure if this was posted since you're testing it. Oh, this one, like, right now? Let me test it a little bit first. I would say that if I finish this dungeon with, like, 75k overall, even if I finish with 70k overall, like, that's pretty decent to me. Like, I'm not upset with the 70k overall. You know, could I do 80 to 85? Maybe if I was playing a full damage build, sure. But, you know, I'm testing something right now. It's weird. It's certainly weird, but if you want to test this exact build, let me test it first, though. You know what I mean? Do you have any guides on other tanks? Curious to see. Yeah, for sure. I think I made guides for Prot Pally, Prot Warrior, going for rank 1. I'm not going to get rank. First of all, Squish is playing with his team, and they're absolutely blasting. So definitely not competing for rank 1. I would go for rank 2, but that depends on how many 15s we get today. I go for rank 2, Monkey. Definitely not rank 1. Squish is pretty much impossible to beat. His team is just so good at the game that I'll never really be able to beat them on that. But it would be cool, for sure. You know what I should put on my bars? The Gateway Shard. It's actually not a bad idea to put that on my bars, because he's going to Gateway now, right? And I got to get better at using that. Cool. So here, dash. I got stuck. Okay. taunt this. I have a loose threat on that, so I need to go faster. Boom. Come back. Bam. Here. Bark skin early and often. Perfect. Almost a perfect gather. I missed that. Damn it. I missed that first thrash, and so these guys are going to come in a little late. It's okay. I'll have to make sure I have threat. So, like, this is what I mean, though. They're in mid cooldowns. But see how I didn't lose threat on those guys? Did you notice that? I didn't lose threat just now, but they walked in late. So what's up with that? How come? Like, you see what I mean, though? But you see, Jacob, this is what you were saying. You were like, but if I only have a few thrash ticks, like, I'm not going to be able to have threat. And that confuses me because I just did. Like, those guys came in. I have a Frost EK who is Giga Blasting. Everybody's in full cooldowns. All I had to do is tick them with a single thrash with this build. And I had no aggro problems. So, the question is, where is the aggro problems coming from? The Starfall was already expired by that point. So even, I mean, so like, but the fact is, I use my movement speed for that mid-gather, and that's one of the things. Watch the pacing of this dungeon. Watch how I pace it, and you'll be like, okay. And I think it will help. I got to pull that Sentinel right now if I want him. Watch the pacing. Pacing is everything when it comes to aggro. So I know that I didn't tag him before. I'm going to rotate back to a bark skin in 3, 2, 1. Your teammates have brain cells. They do, but even if this was a pug, I would still be able to maintain this level of threat. I think Sundering Roar is better in 15. 14, things die, actually, like, straight too fast for me to really get value out of it. It's weird. Cool. Everybody full health first. Boom, like this. Tag this here. Look, the reason is, my teammates, I pace this right. It's a pacing thing. Like, my teammates are still back there fighting something. That's why I don't lose threat right now. That's not like a super secret rotational thing. That's just a pacing thing. Does that make sense? My cooldowns are all sorts of off, so I want to have Incarn for next pull, but that's okay. Oh, that's a double roar. I think I'll be all right. Here we go. So that's actually not fair to say, like, you know, oh, my teammates are, like, really, really good, and they're just waiting for me to get all the threat that I need. But it's like, that's not actually true. My teammates are still doing the Giga stuff. It's just, it's the movement. Now, I made that video last night, and people were like, bro, I don't want to be whole football yards ahead of my team. And it's like, but you have to watch. See, look. Here, as an example, how far ahead am I right now? By the time they even get to me, I'm already got aggro here. This is the thing. That's the movement, though. But like, that's the key. That's how you get threat. Oh, I'm going to take another blast. If that blast goes off, I'm in trouble. You see? Just careful. Just because it's a 14, we did the 15, and now people are going to be a little bit like, I'm also kind of asleep at the wheel a little bit. I hear what you're saying, but this isn't just you have to work around the issue. Like, every tank has the same issue, but it's also how I would play every other tank. So this is like a skill that you learn as a tank. It's not a druid skill. It's a tank skill. Are you playing as a Lunar Claw? I am playing the weirdest Loon build that I could possibly come up with right now. I am currently playing in this key right now, one of the actual strangest builds that I could probably cook. It's weird. I don't know if I can, like, recommend this. These scroungers are annoying because they do teleport out. I'm going to let that smudge because I like it. It's fun. And this key is not exactly super challenging for me. Like, it is. It's a Nexus, and Nexus hurts tanks a lot. But I wouldn't say that this is, like, I'm not feeling omega challenged at the moment. So, you know. But even there, I haven't lost threat. And all I did was tag with the Thrash. Right? I got Incarn coming back. Beautiful. Okay, 5 stacks. I can Sundering Roar right away. Lunar Beam first. Sundering Roar. Thrash Sundering first. There we go. So then my question is, people suddenly needs to do this on the Guardian. I don't know, something seems up. That's a good question. I'm also trying to figure out, like, where are the aggro problems coming from? Because I made the video last night, and I was like, cool, I'm excited. I think this will help people. But people were really upset with it. A lot of people were like, no, you don't understand. Guardian threat is so bad. Like, I can't play it. And I was like, are you doing the pacing, the movement? Are you using your wild form? Are you dashing between poles? Like, there's got to be something happening here. Like, it's not random. Like, even here, for example, I will pre-Heart of the Wild Starfall because these ads are going to spawn in 3, 2, 1. And this is just going to give me a tiny bit of snap threat. But it's making that plan, and then I taunt this one. Why is everyone coming back to a loon? Because of the nerfs that happened last week. Guardian got like giga nerfs last week, and that really, really affected its play. Also, I'm a little locked into this because I am cooking this build. I'm so sorry. If I miss your YouTube chat, you got to come over to Twitch just for today. For this right now, because I have YouTube up. I just always forget to check the chat, though. That's why I'm leveling a Brew right now. Got 3,100 as Guardian. Just kind of can't play if he's online. Yeah. The perception for Guardian is pretty bad right now, but I'm trying to help with that. Like, I don't like the fact that Guardian perception is so down in the dumps that people won't even take you on your Guardian. Like, that's weird to me. Because it's not... I don't think it's bad. Like, I think that Guardian Druid has... like, that right there. My Elemental Shaman has already started blasting. And yet, I'm okay. Played DOTC only because it was broken. DOTC right now, is it playable? Absolutely. But you have to work very hard to play it perfectly. Now, people have issues with threat. I'm curious too, Macronos. I'm wondering if it is a build difference. I'm wondering, like, where does the issue come from? I've been trying to figure it out, to be honest, and I thought I had identified something that would help last night when I made the video. Granted, it was a quick video. I didn't even get to watch it back. I just one take, like, I couldn't do anything else. I was just right before work. I had like 30 minutes. I just recorded that video real fast. But then the feedback I got on that video was, nope, I don't like this. And I was like, okay, so I wonder what I can do then to help the people understand that it is okay and it's going to be all right. Like, if you're ahead of your team and you do the movement things, I'm wondering how I can help people kind of understand that that's okay, right? Okay, when that Sentinel dies, the boss spawns. I really don't want to press Incarn early. I'm trying to save things. Here we go. Make sure I have Thrash on the boss because people will be blasting here. There we go, perfect. I play with Devour. Yeah, Devour is kind of toxic, like, design for keys because it's like permanent. Playing with Eye of Kazan. You remember that trinket from before? The Eye of Kazan. It's basically like playing with a permanent Eye of Kazan. As funny as that sounds. Like, they lose so much damage if they're not hitting things. And you're like, well, just please, like, wait a second. But to be honest with you, if you were playing Devour, you would also be greeting that much because it is a lot of damage. Like, you don't want to do no damage as a DPS player. So trust me, you would also be greeting that much. Just remember. Okay, I got a dodge. I keep the Dread Flail away from my group, and then I Heart of the Wild the boss in a second. Nice, beautiful. Heart of the Wild the boss. Beautiful. Yeah, you remember that trinket? It's just like they want combat all the time, and they have to be hitting things, just to clarify. I know. So here, I would technically want to mangle, but I'm just testing something. It is a cook. I need to play this a little bit more before I would comfortably tell anyone else you could play this. But let's check the log after, and I really think, actually, this is not going bad. I feel like this is actually going decently right now. I'm not upset with this build at the moment. I'm feeling pretty chill. Even the 15 was, like, super chill. Okay, if I bark skin there, I just need to make sure I have the Dread Flail. And I need to face the Dread Flail and plant with him because he does a frontal. I just a little War Stomp there. A little Lunar Beam plus Frenzied Regen action to make sure I don't die to that hit. I get knocked back. I move slightly, get the Dread Flail out first, and then move back into the Light Scarred Flare. Perfect. More Pally Keys today. We'll see. It depends on what my friends want to do. I kind of want to push this back up to a 15 and then just, like, do some 15s. 15s will start getting a little bit like, oh, if we make mistakes, we're probably not timing it. So we'll just keep doing the 14 back into the 15, etc. No problem. I don't want to press anything, so I'm just going to Frenzied Regen. Boss is dead here. You're trying to drop the cooldown on Lunar Beam, correct? Yes. So here's the thing. I made a guide video yesterday about this particular build. And I kind of explained in that guide what the thought process is behind doing what I'm doing right now. It's something I need to test more. Let's just put it this way. It's something that I need to test a lot more. But I do think it kind of works. My damage will be lower here because my cooldowns got absolutely into this particular run. Yeah, so it's curious. I'm like, you can watch me do this, and I don't think that remember, care that left side. Correct. So this is an example. You guys know how toxic this pull is, right? But again, look how far ahead I am. You see me using every single trick in the book. This is one of the reasons why I will live this. Because look at aggro. This is, again, this is the key to aggro, is that I am well established in this pull by the time my team actually reaches me. Although, I think I'm lagging a tiny bit extra than normal because I keep missing my Moonfires. Either that or it's just I'm just playing lazy. Probably the second. Kick this. Okay, that Seer is coming, so we just want to basically run around here. Oh, we have a little Engineer action. Okay. If we kill this on time, then the Seer is no problem. It's interesting. We disabled the beam. A little tech right there. A little tech to disable the extra beam. Just watch the Seer. He's coming. He's coming. He do be coming. Don't pull him. Don't pull him. Okay, good. So this is actually fine to pull in the next pull. Boom. Yeah, that's this mob right here. I don't know. This thing is toxic. This area is something that really confuses me. Does Blizzard think that this is what this area of the dungeon, if you've tanked this or like first pull of Algathar, my question is pretty simple. Does Blizzard think that tanks like fighting for their life? I don't think that tanks enjoy dying. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't actually think that tanks are like, oh, you know what I really want to do? This pull. Like, I don't think, like, is any tank like, oh my god, I'm so excited to do the first pull of Algathar Academy. I guess I get a little hype for it because I'm like, all right, I'm going to show off. I'm going to show that Bear can totally do this pull. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's, like, a part of me that goes, it's a skill expression thing where I'm like, oh, okay, watch this. But I'm not saying that I don't want to be not challenged. I just, yeah, watch. Careful, careful, careful. Okay, I'm going to pull this back a second. Just watch out. I'm going to thrash one. Go over here. Perfect. Limit testing is the most fun. I don't know about that. I'm still just a bit suspicious, I guess. Okay, I actually want these two engineers, by the way, in this previous pull. I wonder if I can play all these engineers and we just deal with the circles. This is a cook as well for the routing reasons, if I can pull these two engineers in this. Might be too much. I think it might be too much, but I'm on 14 at least. Let's just see what it feels like. If I have Incarn here, I kind of want to see if I can do it. Because then I won't have Incarn next pull, and I would rather fight these now. And then we kill the bombs when they drop after. Okay, big 10-stack Sunring Roar. Nice, nice, nice. Good, good, good. I should have Heart of the Wild there if I really wanted to do full damage, but I am in danger of dying this pull, so I don't really want to do that. Big tank down. When I was raid tank, I would tell my tank to not taunt swap with me to see what I could survive. I'm torn between how they would design the game. Like, and I'm not a game designer, so keep in mind, I don't have like the best perspectives on this. Like, it's not really, I don't work as a game designer, so I don't want to pretend like I have some super secret sauce answer that like, oh, this is definitely what they should do. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not really my thing, right? I thrash there, Heart of the Wild, boom, 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 boom. One Frenzied Region with a Lunar Beam down. Perfect. And then this pull becomes a lot more manageable if you don't have to play the engineers with it. I think I like this overall. And then we just have to dodge the circles. I get that kick. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I don't know, but I just feel like the first pull of Algathar was more fun when it didn't have the bleeds. Because it was just something that, like, you go big pull, lust, like, everybody remembers Algathar fondly, but Algathar was not the best dungeon for pugs. Like, Veximus was brutal. The last boss was brutal before they even buffed it. Even the tree boss back in the day, although it was easy in coordinated groups, people remember that dungeon fondly only because the first pull was so fun. Because that dungeon design is just, like, omega hype. Like, just big first lust pull. Like, you know, it's so much fun to do a gigantic pull like that. And it's just, it doesn't do much. And I know that the whole dungeon can't be like that, but I wonder about that design. Does that make sense? Like, and now all of a sudden you go into that first pull. If your tank dies, it's not fun anymore. You know? What do you think of the Skyreach bleeds? For the tank bleed, it's fine because it's very, very, very outplayable. It's extremely outplayable, so it's fine. For the actual, like, sheer mechanic and the other things in that dungeon, I'm a little bit sus. I think Skyreach will really struggle to scale into higher keys. Like, Skyreach is going to be one of those keys where the second you get to, like, a plus 19 or something, you're just, like, in misery. Because the second boss just hurts. Like, it's just a number thing. Like, it just hurts really, really a lot. And that's not good, you know? I think it might just become one of those dungeons that just scales really, really poorly into high keys. Yeah, but like Cinder Brew Meadery even, although that pull was tough, that's a fun dungeon design just because it is omega fun to do. I off heal. Perfect. Okay, let's keep him kind of tucked around in this corner right here. It's a good spot. Feral Frenzy. I don't like having to just run back and forth. The trick for that is soft kiting. You just soft kite it out. You don't have to hard kite, Salty, or Jacob. Sorry, Salty. Don't hard kite. Hard kite is running. Soft kiting is like just a little bit of a backpedal, if that makes sense. You want to be soft kiting the bleed. So yeah, you don't really want to be in a position. Move, 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 move. It's a tough beam combination. Uh-oh, they didn't move. Uh-oh. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Big defensive. Big defensive. Good luck. Good luck. I will off heal. You guys got this. I believe. I believe. You could do it. You could do it. Are they alive? Yo, take it here. Take it here. Take it here. Take it here. It's right there. Right there. Right there. Go, 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 go. They're alive. They're alive. I feel like it's a Star Wars movie right now. Holy. He's alive. Yeah, I actually, Cinder Brew, I don't know if I liked that dungeon because it was just really hard, but it actually wasn't bad dungeon design for just like the pulls. Because you know why it's fun though? They put a bunch of little mobs that don't do anything, those little bees. They just kind of hit the tank, or there's little fodder mobs. That's like good dungeon design. It's just having little things like that are really fun though. Yeah, of course he's still pumping on Frost. He is the Frosty gay. Nice, nice. That was amazing that they lived that, by the way. Hey, he's still doing good. So this dungeon will not be a perfect example of this because the polls got a little messed up though. Fox ears for a minute. Can do, can do. Do. Boom. Overall though, yeah. People loved high pulls. That's why Cinder Algathar dungeons. That's what I think too. But the problem is, right? That's like what I'm thinking is like, well, it's really fun to do that though. What's my IO at? Oh, I didn't get to push it all the last 2 days, so I'm kind of behind now. I'm 3140. That's kind of low right now, healer. Like I feel like these, like all 14s are pretty chill, and then 15s are like starting to get a little hard this week. But also we just gotta do them. Like even today we can actually get IO. Yes, my power went out, which was the most. I want to say I was just frustrated, but I was kind of pissed because the third day I logged in and I was like, all right, time to get like big IO. And then my power went out and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then they came back 40 minutes later and I was like, nice, time to get big IO. I restarted stream. Boom. Stream crashed again. Power went out again. And I was like, ugh. So I couldn't play the third day, and then that's where I really fell behind. And then yesterday I logged in, but we were just doing like fun alt keys. I did some pally stuff. I did some other things. It was a lot of fun. But we didn't get any IO yesterday. I played some Resto Druid. So I'm kind of like, I feel behind because I think that most people are like at the higher levels are kind of like already at 15s, like maybe even Brazil 15 at this point. So I can't say I feel like I'm a little bit behind right now. I off heal. I got you. I got you. Off heal the Miss Wivar. Nice. I know. I got all this in the first 2 days, and then all of a sudden I just like didn't couldn't hit the home base, Zan. I feel like 3.3 is pretty doable this week. At least 3.2. The goal would be like Brazil 14 at the very least in some 15s. But also, if I want to play with my friends, right? Like my friends here, they've made decisions to hold their craft and their crests for next week. And so they're going to have way more power starting next week. And so they basically were like, yo, can we push after reset? Because we're going to get, our next craft. We're going to hold all of our crests. And Arson doesn't have his 4 set, but he'll get it next week. So they are really interested in kind of pushing later. And that's absolutely fair. Totally understandable why they would want to kind of wait for that, because that's technically the right thing to do. I was just very excited, so I didn't do that. Feral Frenzy this. Go back into bear form so I do not die. Yo, what's up, Fratty? How's it going, Fratty? Fratty, I have the ears that you want. Also, is my percentage off? Well, hold up. Wait a second. Why does it seem like we're not going to have percentage? It should be these guys and then the swarms to my right. Holy the ears, yeah. Oh, wait a second. I turned that around. My bad. Oh, wait. This is weird. It should be just these swarms, and then this should be percentage. Did I miss a mob? I pulled the Arcanist. I pulled the 2 extra engineers. This should be 100%, but this doesn't look like 100%. I missed something. In the 3rd area. Oh, it's because of the Scroungers. Because I didn't take the 2 extra Scroungers. I'm going to be just off. Yeah, no, this is definitely not 100%. We're going to have to pull a corner then. That's fine. Just know we're going to have to pull this corner. It's okay. Oh, boss pulled. Okay, we'll do it after. That's okay. Oh, yeah. But look at the percent. It's like 1 mob because these swarms right here, you kill that swarm. It's actually 1%. Where did I miss the 1%? I have to think about that. Interesting. 1%. Was it a bat on the bridge? Pull onto boss. No. That corner pack is actually so dangerous. You would never ever pull that into boss. That 1 corner pack right there is so deadly. It's like lethal levels of dead. You are actually trolling if you were to pull that into something like a boss. That would be insane. I got you. Big off healing. 1%. That's such a weird percentage to be at. Let me look at my route. I must have just missed something somehow. Dude, if you wanted to pad your overall, you know what you could do? You could totally Starfall right now. That would be so troll. Imagine just doing like a massive Starfall right when the ads happened. Found him. Someone pulled that pack earlier while fighting the boss. Interesting. I'm still sore about Bloody and how forgotten that spec is. The problem with Bloody is it suffers from the I'm actually good at raid, and so now I will never get buffed in keys. That's the problem with Bloody. Is it's just like, oh, it's actually not bad, so why do we... Blizzard says, and this is the biggest cap of all caps I ever heard in my life. Blizzard specifically says, we do not tune based off of Warcraft logs. And yet every single time they tune the game, it's based off of Warcraft logs. Have y'all noticed that? Yeah, y'all noticed that little inconsistency in their logic? They go, no, we don't tune just based off of Warcraft logs. And then every single time it's like, the bottom specs got buffed. The top specs got nerfed. What a world. What a coincidence. Okay, look, I'm really bad at this RP. I gotta learn. I wish there was a weak aura to tell me. This is like, I miss weak auras now because I'm honestly gonna have to let my team do this. I am incredibly bad at this RP. What are they supposed to tune off of? Great question. I think that they should use Warcraft logs as a tool, but they shouldn't tune exclusively off of it because Mythic Plus and Raid is different. Now, I think what they should do is they need to separate and make different tuning for Mythic Plus. Whoops, I don't have a proc. My bad. I think they need to basically just separate and just make Mythic Plus exclusive tuning. Is a mini game. I think they treat it like that, and I think that that's really sad because I think that a lot of people... I wonder how many people actually raid. If you put a poll out to 100,000 World of Warcraft players, including all casuals, including delvers, including everyone, right? 100,000 people at random. Do more people like Mythic Plus or Raid? What do you think drives the game more? Like what do you think people spend more time doing? Mythic Plus or Raid? That's an actual question though. I want to say that that's true, but I'm curious about it. I think the answer is Mythic Plus, but I don't know that the answer is Mythic Plus. Because I think that they still think that raiding is like, that's World of Warcraft. Like, World of Warcraft is a raiding, like, that's what you do, and wow, you raid, you know? But it's not for me either, but keep in mind, this is a massive selection bias piece because we are in a Mythic Plus stream. So that like is important to realize. Bro, where did I miss percentage? Where was percentage? Is it the Scroungers? I pulled that Arcanist into this poll, and then I pulled these 2 engineers. So this route accounts for the change in percentage. I didn't pull... Okay, I went 3 here, 4 here. I went here, and then I pulled... I guess it's the Scroungers. I didn't pull all the Scroungers because some of them are bugging now. This is exactly 100%. I even pulled these 2 swarms. 18 has these 2 swarms included. Here, I pulled... In pull 12, it's these 4 into this. This is correct. I even added this into 10. And I added... Oh, no, it's these engineers. I didn't pull these ones. Not these ones. Just these. Into this pull. It's just the Scroungers then. It's the fact that there's like one of... It's like some of these are not snapping correctly. Outside of this. Each time. So it might be... You just might have to add... I don't want to add that Herald. Heralds are really annoying mobs. So, okay. If I add this guy into 10... This is like... It should be overburst. I think I got to get these, though. Interesting. Because most people these days don't really have time to put into Raid compared to Mythic Plus. I wonder... I genuinely am curious to know if Raid or Mythic Plus is technically more represented. So 1% if I don't miss these. It must be this... There's 2 Scroungers that I didn't pull because one of these has been weirdly behind a Rampart and he's been bugging. So that's my worry, is that maybe he's just bugged. Because otherwise the percentage should be fine here. There are also 2 swarms to the right over here in the future. There should be 2 swarms somewhere over here to the right. And they used to be like right here, but I guess maybe it's not updated. This is a dungeon where they change percentage kind of post-beta, but I really thought this was correct. Yeah, there used to be 2 swarms right here, but they're not here anymore. All right, well, next time. 15... Magister's Terrace. Oh, re-roll your Terrace, by the way, Deco. Re-roll Deco, by the way. Did you re-roll? I don't think so. Core right zap. Oh, gloves. Cool. Wait, that's actually an upgrade. Nice. Solid. I'll take it. What's your gear looking like? Well, with those gloves now, I can upgrade those. I don't need 4 sets, so... Here, boom, like that. And it looks like this now. 270. Nice. The gloves were one of the last pieces I needed. Okay, 15 Terrace. Let's go. 15 Terrace. Let's roll. If we want to have... We have all 14s right now. I didn't re-roll. It's okay. Next time. Re-roll this next one. Yeah. Because I want Resil 14, and then we can just make sure we have all 14s, though. Like you were... So, in Raid, I had 0 luck as well. Yes. Well, 13 doesn't matter, because I have Resil 13, so that's whatever you want. You can if you'd like to. All right, let's go. 15 Terrace on the way. 13 doesn't matter, because I will have all 13s for people until we all get Resil. The good thing about playing with a group is basically, if one person obtains Resil... That means everyone obtains Resil. Interesting system, isn't it? And also, by the way, Healer, thank you for the resub. Much appreciated. You think Paladin needs buffs? Yeah, that's a good question. I think that Paladin could use a straight armor buff. Like actual, like just straight physical defensive buff. Now, granted, Mr. Rat, I did, yesterday, a plus 12 Mysara Caverns at 234 item level on my Pally. You know? So it is possible. I choose Guardian over Pally because the ping pong HP. Fair enough. I couldn't stand it. Yeah, fair. I started my week with a plus 2, and I only ran other people's schemes. The highest dungeon I did was a plus 10 item level. If you do a 10 for a vault, that's why people buy 10s. That's why, like, yesterday you saw, like, I sold a key for gold. Only for gold. It's allowed. But I sold the key for gold. 10s are valuable because it doesn't matter if it's like a high key, even if it says 14. A max reward is 10. You will get a Mythic track 272 piece in your vault regardless, as long as you get a 10. You have to make sure you get at least a 10. A 9 is not the same. So a 10 is the way, basically. You have to work a lot harder on Pally. You can. Yeah. Like, I want to gear mine, but at the same time. Should I play a damage build in this key? Should I try it? Are we... Oh, wait. 15 Terrace or get the 13 up? I'll be damned, you really did do a 12 at 234. I know! It was crazy. I was surprised that worked. Talents that are posted in Discord. Are in your disc? Yeah, 100%. They're all just tank information, though. I just ported to Terrace. Okay, Terrace it is. Terrace, we just need a help healer. Just help healer in hallway. Okay, this build in Terrace is interesting. Now, granted, by the way, the build I was just playing, dude, I don't know about this. This is some cooked stuff. This is cooked, but I want to time a 15 with it now. It's It's not the most ever cooked thing that I've ever heard in my life. But it's close. This is crazy. What is this? This is an absolute cook, I swear. Do you think they'll ever add some sort of enchanting illusion for Druid Tank Claws? Dude, that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Speaking of which, I do need to transmog my weapon now that I have a weapon. You're right on that. I should transmog. I forgot. I like this transmog. This is my favorite transmog. So we can just... Where's the... I need the weapon. I like normally using the claws or the staff. I can either use... But they have changed the transmog system. I don't really understand how this works now. Show equip gear. So we just need to transmog this here. And then... How do I transmog? I'm confused. Save outfit. Purchase outfit slot. How do I transmog again? What grade of Wagyu is your cow? Oh, like 85, 100%. This is a beefy cow right here. This is a real cow. This is not some fake cow. Hold on. How do I... Where's the accept? Am I already transmogged somehow? Does it... I'm confused about this new transmog system. Somebody has to help me out. So wait a second. Save outfit is the old apply X mog button. Okay. And then let's go do keys. I want to basically not wait too long though. Save outfit. So it basically is, oh, it's just already saved. Even though I equip different armor slots, it's just already saved, huh? Interesting. Okay. So how do I get my Claws of Ursoc back? Because I used to be able to still transmog for claws, but I don't understand like where it is. Legion artifact. Yeah, here. Oh, artifact override. There you go. That's the one. Yeah, this one. Okay. Not link, save outfit. Perfect. Use gold. Easy. Yeah, there you go. Okay, there's the override. Yeah, now I have my Claws of Ursoc, though. What's your opinion on going Templar for Prot Pally? All right, listen. Interesting, good question, Rat. I did a 14, and I healed a Prot Pally who was using crit wings, and she was good. I will say, she was not that bad to heal. She was, like, it was... I was healing her a lot, and I was watching her on my Resto Druid. 14 Seed of the Triumvirate. She made one mistake in the middle, which I have also made in that dungeon. But otherwise, she was okay. Like, she did tank, and she tanked pretty successfully. Save outfit, then you double-click. Gotcha. Just a quick question. Use Maul with your ironfur build? I'm testing a few things. Paul, no. Bad trinket. I have that trinket too, actually, on Hero Track. I got it earlier. I would not use this. Unless, for some reason, you absolutely need the shield. This is bad. Let me tell you why. If a trinket has versatility instead of main stat, it is not as good. How did you transmog the claws? I went transmog. So yeah, it doesn't have main stat on it. That's why, and it would be a really hard sell for me to play this. Do you feel like the initial threat on pull is not enough? I don't feel like that, although I am playing a build that just has really good initial snap threat. I know a lot of people are. I went here, and I went into this arrow. That's the way you do it. Legion Artifact Override Healer. It was just right here. This is what I did. Brother, for Prot Warriors, are better to craft shield or weapon? I can't answer like specific Prot Warrior crafting questions. You would definitely want to check with the Prot Warrior Discord or Prot Warrior representative because I haven't really invested in my Warrior yet this season. I might do a single 10 on the Warrior just to get a vault, but I would not be the right person to ask, and I don't want to lead you astray. In general, the theory for shield and weapon tanks is that you craft weapon and shield, but there might be some nuance to it, and I don't know. Right? That's a good question. I can't answer it yet. I don't want to give you the wrong information because crafting gear in World of Warcraft is so you really want to make sure you get it right, you know? Yeah, I would call your local Prot Warrior representative. Correct. But don't ask me. This key, 15 Terrace. I mean, I can die in this. This is not super easy. No problem. I need to use my other catalyst. I just don't know what I'm using it on because I got these gloves now. What do you recommend item level-wise for people starting to do 10s? It's not an item level thing. It's an experience thing. Now, if you're trying to get into groups, that's a totally different question. But to be fair, I could tank a 10. Like, I could bring a 230 tank and do a 10 without that much issue. So it's not item level that you need, Sarge. It's experience and also just getting into a group, right? That's, to me, to be honest with you, the actual funniest thing is it's getting into a group is way harder. That's the thing that matters. As hilarious as that sounds, it is actually getting into the group that is the struggle, not doing the key. All right, ready? Here we go. Yeah, I think we just got to play keys clean. Like, the timer even here will be all right, though. I know. Arson will get a lot of power next week. All right, ready? Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Magister's Terrace, do Arson. We don't have a... Arson... Does your Fell Hunter purge, by the way, still? Magic debuff. Oh! Yes, please do. Yes, nice, nice. Fantastic, fantastic. That's good, because the Enforcers here, that's actually really helpful in this dungeon. I haven't played Sentinel myself. What's the issue with it? You don't do a lot of damage with it. That's the problem with it, Mickey. You probably have to play Sentinel as a prot pally, but you will do less damage, and then you're like, why am I here? Okay, let's go. Question. What curse is he playing here? Is he playing Tongues, or is he playing... He's playing Blight. He is playing Blight here. Oh, well, I mean, that'll make my life easier. Cool, let's go. Interesting. This Warlock... wait a second. Hey, Sam, are you listening to stream? I have a question for you. Does Icy Talons stack with Curse of Weakness? Insidious Chill, sorry. Does Insidious Chill stack with Curse of Weakness? Let me ask Sam. Does that stack, by the way, with Curse of Weakness? Because that's insane if it does. That's like a pretty helpful... I mean, all right. Well, I'm going to live then. All right, cool. Let's go. Countdown to... No. Okay. Warlock just better. Got you. All right, cool. Let's do it. 15 Terrace. Do we think we die? Okay, we'll switch for Puzzle Box, even though the cast time hurts at times. Puzzle Box is weird. What level key? This will be a 15. Puzzle Box is a very strange thing. I have it. I'm not using it right now because I kind of don't want to. But if you use it on Bear, you just have to understand it's fine. Like, you just use it in a poll. Like, it's kind of strange, but basically don't worry so much and just use it. Like, you can actually just basically send it in the poll itself. Okay, I'm going to group this here. Perfect. Lunar Beam is down. No Incarn, though. I will not press Incarn on this poll. Yeah, it's annoying for tanks, but, like, technically speaking, it works, right? It's annoying, but you can use it. All right, Sundering. Boom. No need for a Vortex Typhoon. That bolts on me. I will War Stomp that, though, and then I will get my kick. Oh, that was on me anyways. I didn't need to do that, though. Why no Incarn? Incarn second pull only. Never Incarn first pull here. If you Incarn first pull, you're dead on the second pull in hierarchies. You need Incarn for second pull. Like, second pull has the Enforcers and everything, and you will die. So you basically Lust and everything second pull. That's one of the keys for Guardian, is knowing I have to save Incarn for the second pull. I have pre-Incarn walking in here. Do not hit your Incarn on this. Even though you lose some damage, you will just have such a clean... It's a much cleaner version of events. Trust. Big trust on that. Okay, everybody's healed up. Perfect. I'm going to roar now. Again, movement speed over everything. I bark here. Bark early and often. I will go here. I will use my charge. Look at the speed of the gather. Now I Incarn. I Incarn, combat potion, everything. And then I have Lunar Beam, Thrash, no problem. No threat problem, Sunring Roar. Yeah, this pull is, like, very dangerous, and so you need to have, like, full cooldowns on higher keys and everything to really make sure that you live this successfully. Okay, I will even Vortex Typhoon. I'll spend the globals on it. Vortex Typhoon, perfect. I have 1 more second of Incarn, bam. I also probably should at some point just start playing with a cooldown manager, but I mean, I feel Omega tanky. Like, this pull hurts, but I don't know. I just feel really tanky. I mean, my Mistweaver is good at healing me. Okay, go straight through now. The trick is that now you want to go through the middle. You don't want to go through the side anymore because those books don't actually give you percentage. So you just kind of want to go here. I even think it's probably better if you can avoid these books too, but I don't know how. You would have to start pulling in a weird way. Okay, here is maybe SI. I consider it. I think I'm going to be okay here, but I don't mind committing an SI at this pull just to help my healer. No smart healing. I don't want to take any of his healing. Maybe it helps the Mistweaver to have extra targets here, but I don't think so. Whoops. Yeah, make sure you res him. He's good. Because you need, like, full defensives walking into that, though. There is a book. Yeah, we already got it. We already got it. It's mostly, I think we got to skip those books now, because the books don't give percentage anymore. All good. There's our res, though, so we have to be a little careful. Yeah, somebody else grabbed it. The Eternal Void Song chain from Illyria. Is there a shadow damage item I can use it as a bear tank? I do not know the answer to that question, Bristle. Do you have a preference healer-wise for these high keys? Yeah, Mistweaver, actually. Okay, so this is the adaptation, is that I like this corner pack now. This is basically a decision I have made, but we cannot stack. Do not stack. That is the key. Whoa, wait, whoa, what's this? No, hold up. We didn't want all this. Sorry. We wanted... How the fountain pull? Okay. So the communication is that in the future, we do not need that fountain pack, because that's going to be slightly over percentage. Unless we do the Warlock skip, which we can do because it's a 15, and the Warlock Gateway does still work to skip the last 2 mobs, does it not? I mean, hold up. Wait a second. Okay, so I need to pull how much... This should be percentage, actually, even with that skip. Question. The last 2 mobs, can you still Warlock Gateway them? I haven't used that tech since beta. I need kind of like a little bit of confirmation, potentially. Yeah, you don't have to dispel me here. You don't burn the dispel on me. You just make sure you dispel everybody else. I will War Stomp that overlap, and then make sure... Okay, we pulled an extra dispel guy in here. That makes this a little harder. What add-on is the ability? Enhance QOL Action Tracker. Sam gave it to me. It's really helpful. Okay, so otherwise I can go here. Perfect, though. Okay, so I need to pull... That was some extra percentage here. Why don't we do the safe pull here and just go kill these worms, and then we'll chain in. Kill the worms. Make sure you deal with the first ignition. I feel like that's probably actually good tech on this pull. I think I will adjust this for safety reasons. You finish the first ignition, and then I will pull in like this. We have to be a little careful about that butt pull, because that was a butt pull, by the way. And this is an example of how I almost didn't lose threat there. But we spun a little bit too close, and so hold up. We're going to have to live this without a healer. I can SI, I can heal 1, I can heal 2, I can heal 3, but eventually we're probably going to die without a healer. I Vortex Typhoon, I heal my Shaman again. Hold up, wait, I SI again. I can heal my Warlock's going to die to that. It's okay. I go here, and then here we go. Hold up. I Incarn. I think we still save it because it's not Resil, so we gotta try. And then we go heal the Shaman, 1. Okay, but the Familiars are still alive, so they're going to try. I heal the Shaman, 2. My Death Knight will probably live. Oh, he has the Dispel on him. I don't think he can live. He'll try his best. And then from here, I don't think my healer's going to get back in time. We can do our best here, but I don't think so. I kick the Polymorph. I'm living. I need some procs. My Shaman is dead. He probably has the Onk. Uh-oh. Not so good. Here we go. They're almost dead. Like, we technically saved this, but now our timer is going to get tight. Okay. I was able to off-heal that enough that we are technically alive right now, for what it's worth. We are alive. I would not give up, even though that's 4 deaths and, like, probably really hurtful on the timer, but the timers are pretty chill, so I think we should keep going. No give up. Keep coming. Ooh. Uh-oh. Summon. Summon him. It's faster to summon, I think, at this point. Ooh, this is not going super according to plan. But potentially it will be okay. Maybe. I think we don't give up because it's a 15. At least we should see the 15 to get some reps on it. Yeah, you got to press. You have to knowledge of where to do that. And also, I think you spun too close there and got aggro early. That's okay. Outside of Ironfur, yeah, you pulled the corner pack. Okay, here we go. No, you had pulled. It's okay. Boom. Lunar Beam. Okay, I have to make sure I live that. Perfect. I go right back here to make sure I benefit from all these little thrash guys. Nice. 1 extra thrash on these mobs. Perfect. And then I'm going to bring this dude back here. Boom. We will do our best to see if we can make up the timer here. I think that it's actually doable, to be honest. Like, I think you can win this still. I wouldn't give up at the very least. I think it's possible to win this. It do be possible. At the very least, we need reps, because the one problem with doing higher keys at this point is that a lot of people will forget. Oh, like in a lower key, I don't have to worry about this, but in a higher key, like this is when it starts getting tough. And so it's easy to kind of like forget about mechanics sometimes in a lower key when you're just farming the tens, but when you get to the actual like push keys, you have to be playing really well because you will actually die to miss mechanics, you know? Go do. Cool. I'm going to keep him right here. I'm going to get knocked back this way. I want that knockback. Perfect. I charge him back. I keep the other puddle like right here. Our damage seems pretty decent on this boss, though. Good burst. Yo, what's up, Keelakai? High five down. How's it going? You could see, though, how tanky this build is, because not only was I tanky enough, but I could also off-heal my team, which felt really good. I mean, I like it when I can do those types of things. It's one of my favorite things as a tank, for sure, is just being able to off-heal. I love that, like, extra little thing as a tank. You know what I'm talking about? When you have the ability to, like, save your team members, I really like that. And that's only reason we're not already rip on this key. Yeah, your health bar is not moving. I know. Super, very tanky build, although if I play like this truly, I think I'm maybe losing a tiny bit too much damage. We'll see. So, like, this is an example of maybe our timer does actually get a little tight here because we had all those extra deaths and the route kind of got messed up. So maybe this is an example of, hey, like, okay, now our timer is going to start getting tough, and I'm going to wish that I played for more damage, though. I joined your Discord, all of your links, but I can't see anything when I go in there. Just hit the verify button. You got to hit the verify button so it gets rid of bots and stuff. Well, it tries to get rid of bots. I think there are still some bots that end up finding their way. Sneaky bots. You can never get rid of them, truly. You ever receive that Discord message? Hey, I just want to say hi. Or you get that weird message and you're like, hi, you want to play? Oh, I know you from the game. You know, or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, I know you from this, like that type of thing. Okay, so we get knocked back. Then the boss is perfectly positioned for true efficiency. It's going to be right here, so we can go straight into the next pull. I think our timer would be acceptable if we don't die. Like, if I do this right now, and then we're good about actually being ethical about this damage here, that's going to be like we need to be ethical about the damage. Like, don't pad here. Obviously, my threat's a little loose until we go into this left pack. And then you just have to, again, kind of knowledge I can vortex this, but it's defensives when the worms die. If you don't want a defensive when the worms die, then we have to kind of CC them. So there's the first jump. There's the second jump. And then I can do this. And then I will in-cap it. Okay, so this is going to be a big thing here. Yeah, watch out. Watch the familiars. You just have to try to have some awareness. Self-heal. Yep, good job. Now, if we don't want to send full defensives there, just enough to live, because the following pull is also kind of toxic. But now we have a 20 stack. So the 20 stack will make sure that we live this. Dude, I feel omega tanky right now. Like, I get that I have a Mistweaver healing me, but these packs are really, like, these enforcers are no joke. For tanks, only problem is my damage a little lower than I'd like it to be, but make sure we get this crystal for the refresh. Go. Okay. Everybody's fall off there. That's unfortunate. We had to have hit the crystal earlier. That pack took a little bit too long to die. Okay, hard pull. Here we go. All right. This is the pull that I have to live. I think it's a combination of the fact that my Warlock is actually cursing the mobs with weakness. That plus all the other things of why I'm able to, like, just live this for really, really well. That's definitely helping. I'm aware of how to understand the damage patterns here, but for whatever reason, it's either the slight build change that I've decided to do or whatever, but I like cannot die right now. And I don't want to say that early because I will. You can totally die in this dungeon, but again, only problem I'm having right now is that my damage is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be, but this is I mean, I'm so tanky right now. What is the macro ironfur build? There are a few different variations on it that I've tested. I'm testing one of the variations right now. I am not sold that this is the best variation, though. Make sure this guy dies before the next set of dots. Go. I Feral Frenzied. Nice. Okay, so this one, we bark skin. Let the first one jump on me. Perfect. I taunt this in. I incarn this. I vortex these together. Nice. The Vortex snaps it back. Okay. Yeah. This is the hardest pull of the dungeon, give or take. This pull is like super, super hard. It is very toxic. What changes to the build? There's like a few minor points in the middle. Personally, next pull is a lust pull. The double glaive, yeah. Especially with Mistweaver, I feel like that is actually a fair lust pull, to be honest. Because Mistweaver will struggle to heal 3 targets that are massive quadruple dots. You would have to actually send pretty much all your cooldowns to do it as a Mistweaver. Because you don't have the funnel. It's better to have more targets when you're playing Mistweaver. You will heal far more successfully. But I'm not taking any of his smart healing. So it basically just becomes, I guess, on a very, very high key level, if my damage... I don't know, like I'm like 10k behind where I would be. Okay, hold up. Soonizi. Is 80k overall, is that actually that low in Magister's Terrace? I don't personally think that it is actually that low. Do you think my 10k tank damage would actually make a difference in this timer? Night Healer, thank you for the resub earlier. You know what I mean? Sometimes I struggle with that thought process of like, oh, if I just did 10k more tank damage. It's like, normally the answer is no. Like, it's like, oh, it would be so much, that one pull would save way more time. You know what I mean, though? Yeah, but I'm about to say, but like, the tank damage, I need to do adequate tank damage. But you can see 0 threat problems, 0, like, we're chilling. Okay, that was a good pull. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Now we got to... I feel we have time right now, especially if I do the giant pull next. My only problem is I kind of want to look at MDT and check percentage, because if we can skip the last 2 mobs, that would be massive. I just don't know... The percentage in this dungeon also changed slightly from beta, and so I'm not, like, crazy up to date on it. Okay. Feral Frenzy immediately. Go back into Bear. Perfect. And if he has a Fell Hunter out, he'll actually purge the dot from the boss insta, which is very nice. So I don't even have to worry about the tank mechanic of this boss. Here's a Roar. Okay. If we played the rest clean, I actually think we could time this. I don't think we're not timing this. I off-heal my Shaman. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Sundering Roar. Try to get a few more Thrashes in here. 1 more Thrash. Nice. You go first. I always go last. If I'm the tank player, it's the best like this. Nice, nice, nice. I'll greed 1, 2, go. Perfect. Thrash. Nice. One of the interesting things that I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, aren't the timers really chill this season? Soonizi? Why did you go first? The dot hurts, so I can technically keep the dot. Like, see how much damage the dot is doing? So it's better if I go last, because it doesn't... Like, I can hold it because I'm not that worried, right? Did you pull both sides on first boss? No, I did not pull both sides on first boss. That would be... I don't know if you could play that extra Pyromancer. The Pyromancers are scary. So I go first. I go last, rather. Always last for me. Because, like, see this dot? Yeah, basically, I want to help my team, and the best way for me to help my team is to basically just make sure that I go last. Did you only clear one side, then? The left side, yeah. But, like... Let's see what the timer looks like. I think we lost a lot of time on that previous pull, but like we lost like 2 minutes. And I still think you can time this right now. I don't know. The key timers are so friendly right now. I'm trying to see your percentage. I went left after that, but we pulled the fountain pack, and that's the real question mark for me is, what is that fountain pack? We're at 55%. Yeah, if you can do the math for me. But the problem is you don't know what the next pull is, so... If we do this gigantic next pull, I just need my team to understand to use defensives as the shredders come in. I don't think it's an impossible pull. People just need to not stack. And then I guarantee that we will have percentage. We will have probably over percentage, actually. We'll be 1% over. Can you pull up your MDT and I can pause? I mean, I can technically quickly take a look at it after. I don't want to die. Here we go. Magister's Terrace. We basically pulled the fountain. Fuck, I hate this MDT so much, man. We pulled this. We pulled this. And then all I want to not take is that, 101%. It's not enough if we don't take the last two then. Okay, so you guys go hard line of sight after RP. Don't stack. Don't stack though, right? I'm pulling extra shredders, right? Defensive when group. The shredders hurt, but also full cooldowns and we're fine. This is the pull I want to do. We will have percentage if I do this pull. We just have to watch out. I don't need healing, but you guys just watch out defenses, okay? You pull the big guy here, and you pull this corner pack. Now, the problem with this corner pack is there will be 2 extra shredders. And I need a bark skin myself so I don't die. Perfect. Good, 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 good. I need to make sure I get those voidlings before they reach my team. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so they need a line of sight right here. Right here, around this corner. And then just kind of like watch the shredders as they come in. That's the only thing. Don't stack defenses real fast. And then if you just live this initial part here, this pull is great. This is a massive pull. It will save so much time though. This is something we developed on beta, is that you realize like, oh, this seems like it's impossible, but it's not impossible. You just have to watch a few things because there's actually almost all tank damage here. And so I think this pull is like super doable. There's just a one call right there. I watch aggro and then it's no problem. Why don't you just pull it forward? Good question, actually. We did it in beta like this Exodate, and I feel like it's so clean when you do it like this because it just comes like really neatly around here. My only problem is I would rather get this percentage somewhere else. That was a little aggro thing there. Okay, release, 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 release. Don't be frustrated, release. You release right here. Release, 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 release. Did he DC? Did he DC? You release right here. And the other problem is that if somebody does die here, for example, yeah, don't be tilted, don't be tilted. Because you just release right here and you come back. That would be the other benefit of a pull like this. You could do it as a DK. It's just requires a little bit of coordination and just kind of understanding how it works. But I think one of the bigger benefits of this is like if you do have deaths, okay, now our timer's a little tight. But this pull saves a lot of time, and I'll show you kind of why. Rebuff Druid damage, thank you. Good point, good point, good point. Yeah, I need to have a thrash for every single one of these calls. I don't think that pull is actually impossible, although I don't like it because it is a little dangerous. I definitely don't think it's like you can't ever do this pull, though. 11 minutes? We're pushing the timer now, but I still, depending on how well we do third boss. It's not impossible. I still think you don't give up here, though. Yeah, I know he's having a bad time. But the only thing is, don't get tilted. In the middle of a run, if you, like, die and you're like, just, like, immediately release and come right back, though. Suffering from, what changed the build? Suffering from altaholic. Yeah, I know. I want to play my ult so much, too. Now, granted, we have a lot of percentage. So then you clear right up here. I guess you could pull it forward, Exodate. That makes some sense. And then you would pull these. You can't really speed this up any further, unfortunately. I don't think I'm really comfortable pulling anything else in here because there's already 3. I don't know if I can speed this up. The question is, do I have to try to pull extra into this pull, or do I settle here because our timer is tight? Because I'm already worried about those fears going off. You'd be 2% less if you... We have percentage right now to skip the last few. We're going to skip the last few right now, but I'm almost positive we have percentage for that. Can Typhoon this one, no problem. I have War Stomp too, or a kick. Perfect. No problem, I kick. We should have percentage after this. Okay. I pull that Void Caller into this. If we skip the last 2, there's only 2 pulls after this boss, and then you have to fight last boss. I wouldn't give up. I would say don't give up here. I think this is a don't give up here, though. There's probably I'm almost positive we'll have percentage to skip the last 2, but all I can tell you is that I live this key eternally. Like, I could live this key on several key levels higher right now. Like, this is not even close. I guess I wish we had a little bit more prio damage, because that's one thing that's, like, making these pulls take a lot longer, is I can't really chain until this guy is, like, properly dead, though. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're doing soon. That's why I pulled extra earlier. Well, we had the fountain pull, and then I adapted from there. I didn't actually want to do the fountain pull. I kick. Big heal, big heal, big heal. I mean, 9 deaths. Well, let's try. Okay. I pull this guy into these. I have Incarn, so my healer doesn't actually need to worry about me whatsoever. Devouring Strike, no problem for Bear. Just go boom, boom, boom. I kick the fear, always. Hey, is it better to play Alloons or Druid of the Claw in terms of damage? I think that in terms of pure damage, they're going to be kind of similar. What spells are Ironfur macro to? Only Thrash. Only Thrash with this. Okay, no problem. That Devouring Strike is hefty, but it's no problem. I'm going to kick the fear. Got it. 8 minutes now. Oof. We're pushing it. I have a feeling that we're going to miss time at this point. I still think that the answer is never give up and we should test it, but we'll see. What do you think at this point now? We have a fair damage profile for this boss. Like, we have some, like, okay split cleave. Not by much, though. Affliction has changed a lot. It doesn't really have that profile anymore. Not as much as it used to. It's not like it's going to be an expert at a boss like this. No problem with that strike. I got it. A-okay. Cool. 8 minutes at this boss. If we skip last two. You can do the second. You can do the area after this in 2 minutes. And you would have, like, just a little bit of time for the last boss. It's possible. It's possible. If you killed this boss in 3 minutes, you would just have to kill this boss in 3 minutes. That would be the thing. I don't know. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. We'll keep as much funnel on this as possible, basically. We have pretty good damage here. We did lust this. I feel like I would have lusted the last boss, though. Why does everybody hate Rogue and Keys? I feel like Rogue has, unfortunately, a pretty bad... Oh, wait. Somebody didn't break the shield. We got to make sure we break the shield, though. Okay, we missed the shield. That's bad. Got to do mechs. Got to do mechs. 'Tis 15, not 10. So I can keep them as grouped as possible, but whoever gets the... We didn't break the main boss's shield. This is fair grouping here, though. This is pretty solid grouping. I can off-heal. Yeah, this link, make sure you actually take it in. Whoever has the link, make sure you get it. I can roar. There are certain specs in World of Warcraft that just have, unfortunately, incognito, like a pretty rough perception issue. It's technically not an actual issue, like, can you play Rogue? Of course you can. But I think that Rogue, even Guardian Druid right now, suffers from a perception issue. Like, oh, if I invite this Guardian Druid, he's not going to be able to hold threat, and my key is going to get bricked or something. So there's a lot of, like, little thought processes like that people have about keys, and it can be hard. That's why it's, like, super hard to play a spec that is truly off meta. Because, you know what I mean, though? I can't hold threat. If people are really struggling with threat, I highly encourage... There are, like, some skills you can learn, because it's not... Even if I was playing a different build, which I'm happy to play a little bit later, I still don't think that threat is that much of an issue. Okay, 5:30. I only get one more Heart of the Wild. I'm going to save it for gathering the next pull. I think you can get to last boss with 3 minutes, but it do be pushing it. Either way, I'd like to finish this because there is some potential for... Oops. I still want to finish this because I'd like to re-roll it into a different 14. Yeah, definitely not now, I think, but it was close. You can see, though, even with 10 deaths, like, look how close this timer is. We're not even fully geared. Like, timers on keys right now are so friendly. Whoops. Fucking hell, that was hilarious. Timers on these keys are so friendly right now. You don't really need to be doing crazy. Like, you should not min-max your damage at all. Just live. The only thing you need to do is just live. Hey, these keys right now, I wonder how that is in higher level keys. Like, if you were to get to a 16 this week, or like a 17, it really is just live. You can do it. There's no way. Because you still have to actually do the next pull after this, and then you would have to gateway and walk to last boss without lust. I think last boss takes at least 3 minutes. It's close. It's surprisingly close, honestly, but I don't think so. Just one too many mistakes. It's okay. It's kind of like I can like kind of chain up here and you could try. I actually think that we still had it. But yeah, these keys right now, like it's just the damage is simply not. Your DPS have to do enough damage, but even as a tank or a healer, if you just do adequate healer and tank damage, like you're chilling. Okay, watch the threat here. This one, I have to thrash first. Good. You come back up. It's going to be too tight. This is the percentage, though. We have, I think, 1% over, in fact. You would fight this. There's no way. We're going to be about a minute off. I think without that, without those last 2 deaths, probably. I think you could have saved this, though. How's Fat Bear looking this expo? I think Bear is looking pretty good, honestly, right now. Like, I genuinely feel like Bear is fun to play. It's got a few different builds that are all viable, and that's kind of cool. I like the fact that there are potentially different things that you can play, and that's always, like, super fun for me when I have variety in my actual gameplay. Or in my talent choices, you know, I don't feel like I'm completely locked into one thing. Have I seen any fire mages? No, I haven't seen fire mages myself. I played with a fire mage main, but he was playing Frost. So I haven't actually seen any fire. Yeah, we have 2. One of these is extra. I think it was the fountain that was extra. You would gateway this, and then you would go to last boss. And technically speaking, I think we're about a minute off the time. That's pretty close, considering it's a 15 with 10. 10 deaths? I actually think that this is surprisingly close. Oregon exit day, you guys know each other? That's pretty cool. Isn't WoW such a small world sometimes? Isn't that crazy? Oh my god, I forgot that charge is that weird thing. It takes me to absolutely Narnia. I don't know why. I don't think there's any way you kill this, right? Org used to be your raid leader GM. I'm learning things about Org that even I didn't know. Org used to be a raid lead GM? That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm going to have to just soak this here. Wait. You don't have to dispel me. Surprisingly close timer, though. Yeah, me and Holla ran our own guild. That's cool. I bet you that guild is fun. I am really struggling to find a guild that is just very fun to be in. I want to join a guild that's like more social, but I don't know where to find them. Like I joined a Thai guild recently, and the Thai guild is pretty fun, but they don't really chat. Like they're not very active. Like they're not actually, I was kind of hoping that it would be like, oh, like super active though. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of hoping that I would join a guild and be like, oh, like everybody's like in guild chat all the time, etc., etc. But unfortunately, no. I got this one. Yeah, it's really hard to find because, like, I don't know. I also have, like, mostly it's all Discord. I have my Discord, and I feel like I'm glad that people talk in there and ask good questions and stuff like that. I'm happy to have that sort of supportive community in there. And I respect that, but it's hard to find it in game. Start your own guild. I ran a guild once. Do you know how hard it is to run a guild? Org will tell you. When you run a guild, you're not actually running a World of Warcraft guild. You are managing the drama between the people who don't get along in your guild. That's how it works. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. If it was just running a guild in game, sure. I would love to start my own community that's friendly and happy and people have a good time and they talk to each other. No. That's not what actually running a guild is. Dispel, maybe? Dispel. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, that's that. In fact, you are mostly dealing with like Facebook messages of people saying, "Oh, but she said this," and then he is like, "No, but he said this," and then it's like, "It wasn't my fault." And then in raid last night, that person did this, and it was like, yeah, you know what I mean. My guild is openly recruiting. Is it active and are they friendly? And like, I mean, it's just like I joined this Thai guild and it's cool, and I wanted to be part of a Thai guild. I thought that was really cool. You know what I mean? Any tricks to probably using Heart of the Wild for any... you can use Starfall, Boomy, and Mass AoE, or just to start a poll for aggro reasons. Yeah, Starfall, Boomy for aggro reasons is one. Or you can just single target this. You can single target Feral Frenzy like on this boss. Like if you check my boss damage here, 30k, part of that will be the Feral Frenzy. This one I could really use a Dispel on because I'm going to die. Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty close, even with all those things. I think that middle part, if we instantly released, that would have been okay. GG's. GG's. Nice try. Nice try. We almost... I feel like if we just never gave up, we would have had it. I think we had, like, that moment in the middle of the key where we gave up. But otherwise, we would have had it, though. There's still a few items that I need. Ooh, headpiece. You need the head? Need headpiece? I actually need the headpiece, though. Keys just feel more pug-friendly. Yeah, I'm curious about what the season looks like, Exide. Very curious about what the season looks like, actually. Can't trade its item level. No problem, no problem. Not bad for 10 deaths. I know, right? Not bad for 10 deaths at all. And also, I did 77k here. You guys realize that this build is super weird? Yeah, of course Sam is cranking. Of course he is. I know. He does that. This was single target? Oh, yeah, he was, like, owning single target. Damn. We got 14... Pit of Sauron. We already did that one. That's an easy 14 to get back up. I died after the second boss. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's okay. No worries. No worries. Happens. But you could see that the timer is just so easy, right? It's just easy. We just gotta live. Eat every key right now. Like, you can get all 15 very easy. Yeah, just, like, basically, like, no damage talents. Like, you don't need to go damage talents. You just actually play for fun. Like, you just play, you just live. As long as you live, is GG's. The death stat key, let's take a look. Mostly this one, that was there. So that was just... That was the regular thing. That was just normal damage. This one was the Dispel plus that. Oh, there was a bolt that went off there. Holy Fire. Yeah, and then there was the Chain of Deaths here. This was unfortunately a Codex death. So we got to path through the middle of the maze without pulling those extra books. I think that would help a lot as well. Oh, well, we get it next time. It's pretty chill. I think that, like, but all I can tell you is that, man, I could tank 16. I could tank 17 probably right now. Like, I don't think I would die. Bear just feels so tanky. It's so injured. Like, it's very, very tanky. I'm feeling legit immortal with this build. I mean, granted, I cooked it a little bit, but my damage is not 30k single target is a little low. I could do 35k single target, or 36, or 37, or 38, or maybe 40. Do you take 4 epics? No. I'm playing this. The build I am playing right now is ridiculous. It is an unbelievable cook. I cannot express to you how much of a... This is a cook among cooks, let's say. Are there any Guardian Druid players in chat right now? You don't want to see my talents. Share? Okay. Just remember, don't judge me. Makes 0 sense at all. I'm almost AFK casting and the 10, everything else, and heal. I think that it was... I gotta look at the route here. I tried to make an adjustment, but yeah, maybe Exide is right and we pull it forward instead. Maybe the trick for that pull is that we pull it forward. So this is, we want to basically get this out of here. Mostly it's pull 4. We want the roaming pack with this corner, right? And then just run to him normally. I think that might be the play. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you go to him instead. It tends to work well before, but possibly though. Don't show off. My damage is okay right now, but yeah, it's super tanky. So let me just take a look at this. Where else could I find 2% aside from this corner pack right here? That's the one thing I don't like about this route. So here we go basically in pull 12, you're going to go to this Void Caller. That's 100% exactly. As long as you don't need that Magister in this pull. That makes this a little more complicated. You go here. Yeah, this is 100% without having to do the corner. Okay, so that corner pack was actually extra percentage. You don't need that corner. You just run to him instead. You think so? This is way simpler without that corner. All you need is this corner then. You need to play that corner and those two right there. If you can do that, then it's GG's on percentage. This is the route then, 100%. This is what you would do. Yeah, then you play these 3 with that. Yeah, this is the route. You would do this. This is the route then. 100%. This is the one. I pulled that extra thing. We didn't need it. If you want to skip... Oh, no, this is including last two. That's why it's off. Okay, that makes way more sense. I had still selected the last two. So then we need to come up with where that percentage is. That's the problem with it. And that's not even quite enough. So we pulled... I don't think you can pull in 4 that as well. You would need an extra pack somewhere, and there's no good pack here. I dare say maybe you could play this, but I don't like that either. Can you add an extra Magister into this? I don't want to add that Familiar. The extra Familiar is so toxic. You can't add an extra Pyromancer. You can't add this extra corner in the first boss. There's no way you would play an extra Pyromancer with this here. Not with an extra Familiar. Some people not. But I'm trying to figure out how you would skip the last two, basically. Like, what percentage do you do this, though? The top pack next to Void Caller. This route is super hard to understand. Exit a where? The top pack. Like, it's almost like this pull right here could have something. Pull 12. The top pack right here. The Void. I feel like this corner. No, there's an extra Tyrant there. You don't want the Tyrant. There's something in here. Like, you got to add something to 13. Not the corner one right on the top. Oh, boy. You might have to actually link me like a G something because I don't know what you're talking about. It's so hard to interpret. Okay, so it's this here. There's one pack here that you need. It's 100% there is a pack right here that you definitely want to play. I'm just curious about which one. I don't think you can play an extra infuser on top of these infusers. That's 4 fears. That doesn't seem... I can live a Tyrant. Tyrants are not hard for me to live. Hold Alt. There you go. Okay. This is banned because there are 4 casters in here. You wouldn't take that corner. This Voidwalker is fine. G37. Okay. With all these Voidlings. Let me see. You would take this in 13. So basically with pull 12. Where does the extra percentage come from? Where do you get the 0.4%? I guess it would have to be this one Magister with the extra Familiar here. Like, that's the only 1% you can get. That's easy. You would have to just play this whole fountain area. I guess you would probably have to just play the G11 pack if you're doing that. Like, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, where do I find the extra? It's like just point extra. Like, it's just tiny bit off. I don't think I've not selected anything. I'm pretty sure I've selected all the mobs. I'm like triple checking that I didn't miss like a random Voidling pack or something. You play all the worms. I think you'd have to play the G11. There's no... You could technically play this pack. If you really wanted to add a pull in the dungeon, you could go here. Like a G6. Very funny. So, alternatively, to clean it up, because that's still... I guess you could play all that together. To clean this up even more, what about extra books? The books don't give percentage anymore. They changed that. They don't give percentage anymore. That's one of the weird things about the Since beta. They give 0%. That's why I'm trying to figure out where that extra little tiny bit comes from. Okay, alternatively, you just add a pull in this area, and that would clean this up. Basically, a safer route would be if you just add, like, this. If you just add that, it would be doable. And then you wouldn't even need this, I'm pretty sure. So that, I think it's this fountain area that you need. You got to add something here. You could add it to pull 4, but then you're dealing with double Familiar on top of a potential knockback with 2 Dispels. And 2 Dispels is pretty toxic. Like, I don't think I like double Dispel with double Familiar. I have a feeling that doesn't make sense, though. Books give funnel into Pyromancer. The funnel into Pyromancer doesn't count if you're dead. And these codexes hurt real bad, so I don't think you want them. If you can skip them, you would. I feel like it's actually just that. Because the timer is so easy. Like, especially if you're pulling the last 2. I mean, that's simpler than the last 2. You just do this. This is still double Familiar, but now it's only 1 Dispel. So the healer will get the Dispel every time. I think that that's the route I would do in the future and not even worry about this. I think that that's the logic that I have about this. That's my thought process. All right. I'm on your Discord. I find it a bit confusing which talents is for the macro. Sorry. The most recent link is that one. Okay, 14 pit. 14 pit. Let's roll. Yeah, I would say 14 pit. Let's do 14 pit real quick though. They're quite fun. Yeah, I would say I think this is the official route that I would do to update it. If you're gonna skip the last two. I can drop 1 point for symbiotic and just see how much it heals. I think it would heal a lot with this build. Exit day. The real question is, you know what I really want today? Pizza. I'm not allowed to eat pizza. I'm highly allergic, so I wouldn't actually get pizza, but I'm like craving something like pizza. I want like savory food, I think. But you can see, I mean, like, I could even play this, though. I just, yeah, like, I'm super allergic. Like, there's no way I would actually do that, but it would be, I'm feeling it right now. Like, I'm into it, you know? All right, let me go catalyze something, and then I'll just play with 4-set, and let's do some fun stuff. If we're doing a 14, I guess my 14 is not Resil, but still. Let's go play with it. Let's go play. I'm going to save this build. I kind of like this here. I will link the one I was just trying. We won't do this. Sorry. We're looking for the catalyst. The catalyst here is... Oh, wait. We can actually just... I have tier. So the tier gloves, we just put this like this. Boom. And then we can upgrade them because now I have the other base version. So we upgrade that for free. Beautiful, beautiful. And then that's 3-set. I got to use my next catalyst charge. How many have dropped for you guys, by the way? How many extra catalyst charges have you guys received now? And then I decide whether I'm catalyzing chest or legs. Crit mastery goes into crit mastery. Well, that's the same. And haste mastery. You have like 6? Okay, this is my 5th one. Haste mastery into crit haste. I would rather do this. Got my tank intense and adventure gear. I haven't gotten a single one. You haven't gotten a single catalyst. Oh, Calstrid. Do the resilience keys work? Yes, they do, Marie. New player here, Blood Decay. Which key should I be doing with 260? I think you can get to 10s, but you got to try to find a group for it, though. Probably like 2-3 total. Okay. Let me just send the chest then. I don't see why I wouldn't send the chest, and then maybe we can play like a regular... We could play Squish's build, or we could play just a regular 4-set build and see how it feels. There you go. There's 4-set right there. And then maybe I'll save like the 5th one just in case for next week. Okay. I'm going to save this cook, copy to clipboard. This will be in Discord. I'll put it here, right here. Tank things here, though. How are you, 270? I sent some crest. I sent heroic crest. Yeah, no, I'm kind of geared. Pizza, I ordered Domino's earlier. Oh, man, it just sounds so good, man. It sounds so unbelievably good. Yeah, no, that's all I want pretty much. I agree with you, by the way. I agree with you 100%. On Hero Crest, I'm 267. Well, it's 266 minimum, and then I crafted a weapon, and then that's it. You just send, what did you send your Hero Crest on? How are you only 267? If you send Hero Crest, you should have 276 items and then 1 Mythic craft. I sent Mythic weapon, and then that's it. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have sent any Heroic Crest on an item that wasn't 266. But ultimately, if you have messed up a little bit, don't worry too much. I have vet risk. Oh, you got to fill that out. Yeah, I filled it out earlier. Okay. Guardian Druid. Okay. A more turtle version of the no Apex, no Raise build. Okay. Now, let's go new loadout, and let me actually just try a regular build and see how much damage we do. Reasonable? This one I will need a cooldown. Now all of a sudden you're going to see, though, I need to actually start tracking stuff a little bit more, which is kind of sad. All right, regular Apex. Regular Apex. Cool. We are going to go here. We're going to drop all of this. And we are probably playing through... I still like this. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop this. I'm going to pick up all the Apex talents. We're going to drop boom, boom, boom. And like this, plus this. And here we have a choice now between what we're actually going to take with this talent. That is one of the questions that I have about this build. We have double points in here, but I don't think that's necessarily worth it. I think... Am I missing something? Let me see. But this is basically the full Apex with Raise. I also need to take 1 point out of here and put it into this Instincts of the Claw talent now. Plus, if I'm extra mangling with Harness Rage, then I'm going to want to have Primal Fury. So I'll take that point, put it here. We don't really need the Moonkin form at this point then, because we're not really going to be greeting that Heart of the Wild, maybe 1 or 2. This last talent point is the real question about where I put this. I guess Moonless Night. I'm playing Vengeance Demon Hunter. I haven't used Arcane Torrent for years. Or someplace I could benefit from it, or should I just macro into a random spell? You mean on Blood Elf, Asto? I mean, the real solution is probably don't play Blood Elf, but you could just play it whenever. There are some things you can purge, actually. There are some things you can purge. Okay, Pit of Sauron 14. Now, granted, as hilarious as it sounds, this build, I might die, but I'll do more damage, so that'll be cool. Okay, Pit of Sauron.